don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, then it's coming too.
Girl, don't call my phone, I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friends. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more. Girl, don't call my phone, I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friends. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more.
You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, then it's coming too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, then it's coming too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, then it's coming too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, then it's coming too.
Girl, don't call my phone, I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friends. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more. Girl, don't call my phone, I know where you been. You like to get messy when you out with your friends. I'm not scared to say that I'm insecure, but you're too scared to say that you want more.
You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, then it's coming too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, then it's coming too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, then it's coming too. You don't gotta tell me I'm the truth, I already knew. Pull up in a Bentley coupe, then it's coming too.
Yo, whoa, 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 whoa. Ho, ho, ho. Getting close to Santa Claus time, people. How's everybody doing? What is going on? Where is that? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Vishal. What's going on, man? Crusher Trades. Are we aware what? What's up, Alex Mead? What's going on? Super Snake, how are you? Good afternoon. Yup. What's up, Duke to Booze? Smash the like, everybody. Right? What's up? Hello. All right. His Excellency Todd, Extra Pulse X, Zatu. Yeah, took a little break, huh? What's up, Beach Whale? How you doing, Tam Tam? Smash the like, everybody. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't already. What's up from Henderson, man? What's up, Wharf Daddy? How are you, man? Kingsway. I wasn't, actually. I had a lot of messages to reply to and then set up some news here. What's up, Hex Angelo? How you doing, man? What's up, Ruskino? Mr. Scarface? T.S. Pedro? Techno Babble? What's up? T4NKM? Van. Thank you for reposting the stream, brother. Friend of the show. What's up, William Dugan? Yeah, man, it's been a good day. Really good day. Picked up a Christmas tree today. So it's in the back. You can't see it right now. I'm going to have lights on it tomorrow. Can you see it? You can't see anything. No, it's all blued out. But tomorrow I should have lights on it. What's up, Art? Yeah. Oh, you liking the stories? Cool. Yeah, once again, Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. Go to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. You want to see what's going on. And more important, though, I'm going to drop alpha there. So you should go. Because it's free. There's no paywall. Just follow Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. And you'll be set up. What's up, Puffy? DeFi Medic, how you doing? Graham, what's going on, my man? Yeah, I just reposted one of your things. That was key, man. The heart one. What's up, Josh? What's up, Crypto Lifting? How you doing, man? Expat 7007 Silver Bells. Yeah. What's up, Briz? How you doing, man? I just made a PB&J, but then I cooked it like French toast. Yeah, that's great, bro. I love doing that. Yeah, toasted peanut PB&J. I'll do like PB bananas and honey and cinnamon, toast it. That's good. A lot of coconut oil. I'll soak that shit in coconut oil. Yeah. What is everybody? Can I put this on? It's kind of intense, right? I'll leave that on. What's going on? Smash the like, everybody. Smash the like. Subscribe to the channel. Go to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. All right. Shaka Vibe. How are you? What's up, Ink 4TW? Who's that? That's not Ink Maxi. I need to get a water. I have reduced my alcohol consumption to almost nothing. I'm going to drink very little alcohol going forward. Maybe a little bit during the holidays. I'm not recommending anybody else do it. It's not good for me. Berlin. I'm close. I'm not far from Berlin, actually. Who knows where I'm at? You guys know where I'm at? Everybody knows where I'm at. I'm in one of the most beautiful cities in the world, very close to Berlin. Even much more beautiful than Berlin, though. Yeah, what's that? Interesting. What happened to my... Yeah, it's getting crazy. What's up, Mitch? How are you? What's up, Data Dev? Who's out there? Let's see what's going on. All the spaces are done. No more spaces. All right, it's all right. All right. Check out this crazy AI stuff, man. Listen to this. Somebody did this to Friends. I don't know. I think it's fucking hilarious.
Sister, you fucking prick!
You rode a fucking break, you cow! Calm your tits!
I've got a fucking smelly arse, smelly arse.
How you doing, doll? Want to see my Rangers bed sheets? I washed them last week.
I'm a Tim. Away and bile your heat, your plant pot. Basically, I spent all day cleaning the house. I even threw away all your old trainers and joggies with the holes in them.
It's actually hilarious how much of a fucking annoying cow you are. So the cunt chucked my retro samba. Stop hiding your hash in your shoes.
Don't judge me, you cunts. I'm vegan, so I can't help it. Too many beans, my arse is fucking reeking.
Motherfucking hoops! Fucking shugle it! Shugle! 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 I'm a boot to shugle my boot right up his arse. Shugle! Shugle!
I cannot believe I'm pumping that mental cunt. Oh yeah.
I mean, what the fuck? That
Ross, I can't believe you pumped my sister, you fucking prick.
What the fuck? It's fucking crazy, man. That is awesome. All right, this is kind of cool. Really quick. This is a place where you adopt dogs. Now, you guys know I love dogs. And but this is interesting where they release the dogs and then the dogs come out and they pick you. Have you guys heard of this before? Oh yeah, Briz. So yeah, YouTube changed it so now it shows your other name. I don't know. I guess you have to switch it in your settings somewhere. So everyone's names are messed up. but I think I do recognize everybody. But yeah, so now this new place, Dogs Choose You, which at first I was like, oh, this is kind of simpy. Like, you know, but then I watch, you know, when you watch it, you see how the dogs do come out and you know, they go to somebody. I don't know. It's cool. Check it out. Tell me what you think. Oh, damn it. I can't play this fucking music. It's already going to get me. Is this real? It's a real thing?
Bro, what are you doing to me right now? You serious?
The future's going to be weird, man. It's going to be really weird. I mean, someone says this might be AI, but the truth is, like, it's coming. We're going to be some weird stuff. There's going to be some really interesting stuff. That's AI? Okay. I think they're going to do it. Somebody's going to see this and get inspired, and they're going to open up this shelter, and it's going to become a real thing. It's going to become a real thing. Here, dogs choose humans. Everybody's like sitting around. What if you don't get picked? That would be fucking terrible. You can't get a dog. Like not a single dog wanted you. You're just like sitting there in the room. You're like the sad person, and like not even the dogs wanted you. That'd be awful. Like actually, this might open the door to actually more depressed people. If like more people show up and there's only a few dogs. And imagine you come back again multiple times. You're like, okay, I'll come back to the next one. You come back to the next one, and no dogs pick you at that one. And and you come to the next one. Not a single dog wants you. Man, yeah, you'd be in a really bad state. All right, Scottish Rachel. Take it easy. All right, this is crazy. So maybe I should put this in the Wolf's Travel Pub, which is at the top. All the telegrams at the top. We got Same Wolf Vision's the main one. Is going to talk about markets, crypto, and then there's Wolf's Pub, and there's Passport Pub if you have questions about relocating and travel. But, you know, this is like some crazy stuff I saw because I've traveled around, you know. So why I chose where I chose because, well, you know, you'll never see anything like this where I live, right? But this is in Colombia, I believe. So check it out. So this is an American couple, okay? So there's the woman and this is the man, right, with their backpacks traveling in what I believe is Colombia. So check it out.
Viral security footage captured on December 6th shows the terrifying moment a woman was forced to fight off a knife-wielding mugger after her much taller male companion chose to step back and hide.
Okay, so I think this guy has a knife, but I don't see the knife. But yeah, there he is. He's trying to get the backpack off her. And that's the boyfriend over here now.
Behind a wall. In a move he's now unfortunately paying for with internet infamy. The pair of American tourists were walking down the street on vacation in Colombia when the armed attacker suddenly approached
them. Oh yeah,
them,
you saw that knife,
lunging
right?
at the woman,
a fucking huge ass knife, actually. Damn, that was huge. Look at the size of that knife. Look at this fucking knife. So what would you guys have done if you were her boyfriend or travel companion here? Would you have done what he did? He just kind of got out of the way and
approached them,
made it so
lunging at the
comfortably.
woman trying to steal her phone, according to news.
He's like,
a man passing by on a motorcycle is then seen doing what her companion
a bunch of other guys
failed
showed
to
up,
do,
right?
jumping into action to help the woman. The passerby hopped off his bike and hit the mugger in the head with his helmet. A few other people passing by also jumped in to help fight the mugger off in a dramatic struggle.
They're beating the mugger on the head. I mean, he's not a mugger. He's literally an attempted murderer. He's a giant fucking knife with him.
Only once the thief was subdued is her companion seen managing to make his way out from behind the wall to comfort the woman. This now viral clip has sent shockwaves
That's
through
awesome. He's like,
was
"Are you
subdued,
okay?"
managing to
Watch
make his way out from behind the
Here she is. Here he is. Here he is coming out.
wall to comfort the woman.
Hey.
This now viral clip has sent shockwaves through the internet, with many criticizing the man's decision not to help his female companion.
Wow. That's so interesting. I mean, look.
Is her companion seen
Did he do the
managing
right
to
thing?
make his way out from behind
We
the
got a lot of
wall
weak
to
men.
comfort the woman?
Yeah. This is what happens, right? You take the alpha out of the guys. This is where toxic masculinity can shine. I mean, look, he's got a backpack. You can take the backpack off and literally come down on the guy's head. There's a multiple number of things you can do, right? There's a lot of things you could do. Yeah, look, you hit the guy with a big knife for sure, but you still have to do something. Because what's worse, getting stabbed or living the rest of your life knowing you did nothing. I don't know. I feel like being a coward, I'd rather take the knife than live with being a coward, right? Probably it was her gay friend. This girl should rethink it. No, man, man, I know some tough ass gay motherfuckers, like really, really guys you wouldn't fuck with. I don't think that's a thing. I know some. One of my friends, this gay guy. Somebody tried to take his phone in Brazil. He literally like jumped the guys, beat the shit out of him, got his phone back. Okay, on the song side. He doesn't necessarily. I mean, I don't know. Are they together or what? That's crazy though. How he just got out of the way.
A knife-wielding mugger after her much taller male companion
He's
chose
hiding.
to step
He's
back
literally
and hide
hiding
behind the wall.
behind the
In a
wall.
move he's now unfortunately paying for with internet infamy. The pair of American tourists were walking down the street on vacation in Colombia when the armed
tough gay
attacker
guys,
suddenly
it's crazy
approached them, lunging at the woman trying to steal her phone, according to Newsflash. A man passing by on a motorcycle
he
is
took
then
his
seen
motorcycle
doing
helmet.
what her companion failed to do, jumping into action to help the woman. The passerby hopped off his bike and hit the mugger in the head with his helmet. A few
He's a
other
bag and a
people passing
backpack.
by also jumped in to help fight the mugger off.
You got to do something, man. You got to do something. Too much soy. Oh, last time a man stepped up, he ended up in jail. Calls. Yeah, people are saying like Americans have been really, what's the word, de-incentivized to step in and help, right? There actually, yeah, that is true. There have been a lot of American guys that have jumped in, right, recently, and they've been put on trial, right, for something, right? Now, this isn't in America, but you have to understand culturally, it seems like American dudes have been disincentivized, disenfranchised from wanting to step up, right? Which is sad, really. But yeah, I remember this guy. This was one of them, right? He had like pinned somebody down on a train, right? There was a few of these kind of guys, right? There was that kid that had the gun in the riots, right? And so it's like a whole generation of men that are like, what do I do? I guess I don't help, right? They've been like, it must be really weird. What a mind fuck. Yeah. To go against your natural instinct, which would be, take your backpack off and smash the guy in the head or something. Fuck. He is a little distracted. You could grab him because he's focused on somebody else. All right, this is at Solana Breakpoint. Now, is this AI? I don't think this is AI. It could be, but whatever it is, it's fucking great. Watch this.
In here, huh? Oh, okay. I know. Look at him. All right, just smash.
That's true.
Oh, my man. What happened to you? Now pushing it in here, huh? Oh, okay. I know. Look at him. All right, just smash.
This is another. Where's this? BC game? I don't know. It's another crypto event. We gotta start going to crypto events, guys. It's the most girls I've ever seen at a crypto event. All right. Let's see what's going on a little bit really quick. More people are showing up. Everybody smash the like button. Welcome to the channel. We're going to cover some really cool stuff. I think we're going to get that rally we've been talking about. At least that's what it looks like to me. Even if we get a little bit more of a drawdown. Paul Shane is mooning on the good news today that the racist Russell is pushing higher. Yeah, so we'll look at the Russell, and I'll show you what I think is going to happen next. Opening a BTC silver chart. We're approaching bear market levels. Okay. Somi says he's running on 0 hours of sleep, and I believe him. Apologies if I'm wrecked today for all videos or I drop dead. If I drop dead, make sure nobody in my family sees my portfolio before 2038. That's hilarious. Yeah, I believe. This guy has been on a rampage, Sergey, against Richard Hart. All right. He really doesn't like what's going on. I haven't caught all his posts, but he's whoa. Wow. He's been at it.
I mean, how
hard.
Hex does that. We do not. Yeah, we do.
So let's talk about
I've
the
seen
difference
this interview.
between
It's an
Hex,
old
right?
interview.
Is Hex a multi-level marketing program?
Hex is a scam.
Right. Is Hex a Ponzi?
Yes, probably.
Okay, excellent. So Ponzi's fail when they can't meet their promises, right? That's how they fail. They run out of money. They steal money from the new guys. They give it to the old guys. And then they run out of new guys, and then they fail, and they exit scam, and they keep the money. That's how Ponzi's work. Explain to me how Hex does that. We do not.
Yeah, we do.
So let's talk about the difference between Hex, right? Is Hex a multi-level marketing program?
Nope.
Talk about the difference between Hex, right?
I don't know what. Yeah, I mean, he's been going off. He's been going off. Jamie Dimon just surrendered after a decade of calling Bitcoin a fraud. JP Morgan CEO went live and admitted.
Systems, fraud systems, OFAC systems, it's cheap, it's fast. So we've always been using technology to do a better job for the client. And we're going to do the same thing in tokenization. So tokenization, blockchain is real. It's been around for quite a while, but now it's becoming more effective, more efficient because people are finding ways to do it faster and cheaper, permissioned or not permissioned. Smart contracts, I think, will probably be real. We're working on stable coin and a JP Morgan. We have a JP Morgan deposit already. And think of it as a token, which is a deposit. We can pay interest on it. And as a payment system and a network, we're involved. If we can use things like that to do something better, faster, cheaper for clients, we're going to. We moved $16 trillion the other day. In one day, $16 trillion. It goes through our AML systems, our risk systems, sanction systems, fraud systems, OFAC systems.
Buck Futt says, time for us to get back to work. So apparently you guys haven't been doing anything for the last 4 years. This guy just showed up, and apparently he's telling you guys to get to work. It's awesome. He's working together with Richard Hart to gaslight everybody. It's time to get to work. Hey, Somi, you heard that? It's time to get to work, man. No more of your lazy laying around shit, all right, Mr. Somi? Time to get to work. Guys, I'm going to put a link to the show in the Telegram. By the way, Revolut just partnered with Trust Wallet to offer cryptocurrency purchases in Europe with zero fees, so this is good. And also, Porsche and Lamborghini are now accepting crypto payments. So this is nice. I'm going to give people hacks for Christmas. That would be great.
Who is Satoshi Nakamoto?
Doesn't want to be known, but if you want to find out, I mean, listen, everybody knows who was involved back then. In history,
Right.
Google,
Right.
They got Dr. Adam Back. I mean, Craig Wright was there. A whole bunch of people were there. Who is Satoshi? Well, that's the author of the fucking white paper. I don't know if they flipped a coin, drew straws to say who writes it. But if you want to know which one it was, run some authoring software against it, because everybody involved, especially Dr. Beck, had written dozens of technical papers. Let me give you some clues. In Satoshi's white paper, every word that has dual spellings for American and British English is British.
It's all British, yeah.
It's all British. Every sentence is followed by 2 spaces. Now that's a minority choice in most papers, but 2 spaces. Now there are only 2 of the accused who were British, and only one of those has 2 spaces in every one of his papers. Figure it out, people. It'll take you 15 minutes. But he doesn't want to be known. I'm not going to name him.
Yo, how do you know that? Briz, how do you know that? You know him personally? When the recession comes, end of Q1, everyone will panic. What's this guy talking about? Okay. Nobody knows shit. These people don't know shit. You show me a rainbow chart and I'll show you someone who doesn't know shit. This guy thinks if Apple dropped the iPod Classic today, no apps, just a scroll wheel and music, it would fly off the shelves.
You remember these guys?
No, it would not. I definitely beg to disagree with you.
If they made a Bluetooth capable freaking iPod Classic, I'm talking no apps. I want no apps. I just want a scrolly wheel and I want music. I would buy that.
You are in the minority, sir. No, there'd probably be a market for it, though. there are a lot of people like anti-tech, right? I don't want to carry on multiple devices. I like that it's all like bundled here together. What's that? Oh, I see. 20-year-old lottery winner rejects $1 million in favor of $1,000 weekly payments for life. Wow. To be honest, if you don't know what to do with it, it's probably the smartest thing to get the $1,000 weekly for life. To be totally honest, like if you don't know what to do with it, you're going to blow the $1 million. It's just people who are investors are like, I know what I would do with it, and even that's not a guarantee, right? Somebody put $1 million in Hex in 2023. They're like, they've already killed themselves, right? So I'm kidding. But yeah, it's not. It depends. $1,000 a month is pretty cool. Do you sleep with earplugs? I do sleep with earplugs, Odds Octopus. I know that question wasn't to me, but I do sleep with earplugs. I actually use the exact earplugs that Richard Hart recommended, and they've changed my life. I had other earplugs before that. I need to be really quiet for me to sleep and shit. Even work. Sometimes I need really quiet. But the ones that Richard Hart recommended, I've stocked up on boxes of those. I love those things. Cairo says, keep your eyes on the prize. The Dixie and the 10-year yield are falling. Yeah, that's true. We'll go look at those as well. You guys know I like looking at the Dixie and the 10-year. Be honest, if I gave you, what would you... Ian made $1 million with Beer Roots, so they did pretty good. The market is now full risk mode. Aren't seeing it? Yeah. Metals and Russell are up. We are heading into full risk. Cryptodamus, he does some interesting work. He says things continue to look bearish for the markets to me astrologically into the weekend. Tonight and tomorrow, the moon in Virgo will make a yucky series of oppositions. Oh, you know what's interesting? I definitely still feel like the bears need to be fed one last time, which I've said on a few streams, right? I said we're going to be bullish. We're going to rally, and I had no doubt we're going to go into all-time highs. I was very confident about that, right? And so I thought maybe the bears need to be fed one last time, which I was saying too. So maybe we do get a little bit nastiness, but then maybe next week we get that reversal. It's possible too, right? I've used them also. Do you reuse the same pair? I use them for like 2-3 nights in a row. I get ear infections from the plastic ones. Get the ones that Richard Hart recommended, or remind me later. I'll put a picture of mine in the Telegram group. I don't remember what the name is right now. Actually, let me go to Amazon right now. I've been ordering them from there, so I'll throw in the Telegram. What the fuck? They're called Oropax. I think they're from Germany. I'll just put the link to them in the Telegram group. You guys can see. Yeah, I can put it in the thing. Hang on. The chat. Just put it in the chat. These are great. Now, I only use them like 2-3 nights in a row, maybe 4 at most, and then I chuck them. All right. And they are the best I've used. They are hands down the best I've used. I really like them. They're super comfortable. They're amazing. Hexagon Granny, thank you for the repost. I love you. We are friends now. Dude, what is going on? Okay. This girl wants to take me line dancing. What's up? Mr. Fast Abdul, on with the repost. My man, what's going on? White guilt is dead, apparently. Let's see. Money Gang, what's going on, man? I want to stream with Money Gang. So technically we got QE at today's FOMC meeting, basically small QE, but 26 I expect large QE. Yeah, I agree with that. We don't really have QE right now, but 2026 it'll come. It's not going to happen while rates are where they are. Bitcoin and NASDAQ, what's this guy showing? Okay. I don't trust anybody else's charts but my own.
But hey, friends, apologies. I'm literally running on zero sleep.
He's got the crazy vibes going right now.
Look at you, dirty little slut. You racist Russell 2000. Mooning through the box, huh? Juicy news is coming. Hey, friends, apologies. I'm literally running on zero sleep.
Breaking.
Important thing that we did for this, maybe the most important thing that we did for this community. We reject regulators and we fired Gary Gensler, and we're going to fire everybody like him.
Fire everybody like him. It's awesome.
Maybe the most important thing that we did for this community. We reject regulators and we fired Gary Gensler, and we're going to fire everybody like him. Maybe the most important.
That's kind of cool. Yeah, this chart's pretty spot on. If we don't break down below here, of course, which is obviously a possibility, but technically, yeah, we're expecting to go up. But once again, it's probabilities, and down is also a direction. Never forget that. You can go up, you can go sideways, which we call chop, and you can go down. You know what I mean? So, yo, MGC. Hey, link is in the Telegram group, brother, if you want to join. So there's multiple directions, but, obviously we're bullish. So this is coming. This is going to come, Let's see.
Yeah, like.
Cool. I like radium. Whoa, what? Justin, NATO chief. What's this? The fuck?
We need to be ready. Because at the end of this first quarter of the 21st century, conflicts are no longer fought at arm's length. Conflict is at our door. Russia has brought war back to Europe. And we must be prepared for the scale of war our grandparents and great-grandparents endured.
What? Why?
Imagine it. A conflict reaching
funny.
every home, every workplace.
Be terrible.
Destruction, mass mobilization, millions displaced, widespread suffering, and extreme losses. It is a terrible thought. But if we deliver on our commitments, this is a tragedy we can prevent.
Just to be clear, these are unelected officials, okay? These unelected officials are spreading all over the fucking place, all right? And it's not good. There's a reason we have elections, even if they try to rig them. You don't want unelected people. Who the fucking people put these people in charge of stuff?
NATO is here to protect 1 billion people on
Yeah,
both sides
Jamie,
of the
I agree with
Atlantic.
that. It does feel like that, doesn't it?
Our mission is to protect you, your families, your friends, and your future. We cannot let down our guard, and we won't. I count on our governments to keep up with their commitments and go further and faster, because we cannot falter or fail. Listen to the sirens across Ukraine. Look at the bodies pulled from the rubble. Think of the Ukrainians who might go to sleep tonight and not wake up tomorrow. And what is standing between what's happening to them and what could happen to us? Only NATO. I have a duty as Secretary General to tell you what lies ahead if we don't act faster, invest in defense, and continue our support for Ukraine.
Wow, this is scary, man. That's what you
We
just
need
said, was it
to be
Teodora?
ready.
Is it Teodora? Yeah, 100%. It absolutely sounds like they are the ones prepping for war. Not good. So is that what we have awaiting for us in the bear market? Crazy, man. Cindy, How you doing? She says, see how calm you are during your streams? Even when crap is all crazy, you seem so chill. Nate, I gotta go. Oh. Well, you should see me outside of a stream. PulseX still in a descending wedge. Somebody just said, do you still believe Pulse will go to 0.000013? I don't know. I mean, that was just a target I had from a year ago. We got pretty close. Bro, we got down to 0.000015. I mean, how accurate of a prediction do you want? Like, maybe it gets hit. Maybe we go lower. I don't know. I think we could have a squirrely weekend because, like I said, I do think before we rip, the Bears need to be fed, but it doesn't have to happen, right? I was saying we have like one last dip before we go pop, but not, it doesn't have to happen. If it did, then yeah, then maybe we would make that last slide. But we got, how close did we get, right? I mean, talk about a prediction I made on, actually I made the prediction in November of 2024. I just didn't have a clear photo until January 6th to take. But we went all the way to 0.0000155, and my prediction was 0.000013. I mean, fuck, come on. That's some crazy skill and talent right there. All right. But we'll go look at the charts and see what I'm talking about. But Bears, we gotta feed the Bears, man. Let the market makers get their shorts up, right? But I don't know. Bulgarian government collapses. Now, I didn't know this. This is news to me. The Bulgarian government has resigned amid raging street protests, with Prime Minister Rosen, whatever that is, announcing a move to at a press conference. How do I? Okay. Is the picture? Wow. Oh, shit. That's cool. Okay. I don't know. Is this good or bad? I don't know anything about what's going on in Bulgaria. Yeah, I think vapes are worse than cigarettes, man. You're better off just having a smoke once in a while. Just a reminder, Richard Hart Wynn is more popular than the mayor of New York City. $3.5 million from 30,000 people is pathetic. Richard should run for mayor position in America. That would help spread Hex and Pulse Chain adoption. Now, that is true. That would certainly help adoption of Hex and Pulse Chain. That would be great, wouldn't it? Briz, that's a good point. Let's see if we can get that going. Should we get Richard Hart to run for office? That would be amazing, right? Maybe we can get him in a position as a senator somewhere, or at least on the House of Representatives. Can we get him on the House of Representatives? Russia will not stop after Ukraine. Angry Beaver, what are you talking about? What do you mean Russia won't stop after Ukraine? That is the funniest shit. That is propaganda speaking, my friend. With all the I don't know what's the cat's going on here. Tucker Carlson said he's convinced the CIA created Bitcoin.
Apparently died, but nobody knows who. And nobody can explain to me who Satoshi was, the creator of Bitcoin, this mysterious guy who apparently died, but nobody knows who he was. I grew up in D.C. primarily in a government family, so CIA. That's my guess. Can't prove it, but you're telling me to invest in something whose founder is mysterious and has billions of dollars of unused Bitcoin. What is that? And no one can answer the question, including some of the biggest holders of Bitcoin in the world. Do I know personally? They're like, oh, it doesn't matter. It matters to me. Right?
I don't know. What do you guys think? I think it could be a 3-letter agency. Whoa, that's fucking wow. Those are all fiber optic cables from drones. Whoa. That's insane. That's crazy, man. Somebody said Bitcoin is breaking down here. Looks just like 2021. Will history repeat? I don't think we're going to get a 2021. I'm going to show you some drawings on the chart and what I'm thinking. Pretty much what I feel like, similar to what I've been saying for a while. What are these? What's this guy's talking about?
skyrocket. If we didn't believe that Bitcoin, big believer that Bitcoin's going to continue to skyrocket. If we didn't believe
Should
that
we believe
Bitcoin
this
over
guy?
the next 5 years was going to absolutely fly and go parabolic, we shouldn't be in this business. We believe in the asset with every ounce of our heart. Big believer that Bitcoin's going to continue to skyrocket. If we didn't believe that Bitcoin
What's
over
up,
the next
my man?
5
How are
years
you?
was going to absolutely fly and go parabolic, we shouldn't be in this business. We believe in the asset with every ounce of our heart. Big believer that Bitcoin's going to continue to skyrocket. If we didn't believe that Bitcoin over the absolutely fly and go parabolic, we shouldn't be in this business. We believe in the asset with every ounce of our heart. Big believer that Bitcoin.
Money gang. What's going on, brother? How are you?
I'm good. How are you? How's
Good.
things?
Good, man.
You hear me all right?
Good, yeah. Keeping the spirits high. Just got a Christmas tree today. Feeling good.
Oh, yeah?
Should light it up tomorrow. What do you think about what Eric Trump just said? Should we believe him after his ETH call? Should we believe anything he's saying, or is he market making on us?
I mean, some way, somehow, Trump's family is gonna make a lot of money, right? So
that's a given. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my family.
And I
make a
do
lot of money.
think. I wish I was. The thing is, it's crazy. Like on Polymarket, I remember even coming up to the election, Trump went on Rogan, and the amount of prediction market betting that was happening, and I'm like, holy shit! I wish I was Baron Trump, because I would just be betting the house on like, hey Dad, just say this, you just like a little bit of insider trading and that.
Yeah.
But yeah. So interesting what the Fed was doing yesterday, I think it was, or the day before. Depends which time zone you're in.
Mm-hmm.
But what was your thoughts on that?
With the Fed, Jerome Powell's speech?
Yeah, what Jay Powell was saying.
Yeah,
a bit of QE. I guess he doesn't call it QE, but it's pretty much QE.
Yeah, they're gonna print for sure, and he's following a narrative right now. They know exactly what they're doing. They're gonna eventually pump this to unbelievable heights, and they're gonna print like crazy. But I think they got to wait for something to happen before they do that. So I feel like he's just stalling, because they know how this is gonna play out. You know what I mean? They probably already know exactly about when they're gonna print and all that stuff too. So he was just being like not flippant, I'm sorry, like kind of just like very like ambiguous and right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what a lot of everything, we'll look at the charts and stuff, but how they've kind of made this where no one knows what's going on, right?
Yeah, a lot of uncertainty in the market.
Yeah, tremendous levels of uncertainty and like bad sentiment, even though things are at all-time high, which is crazy looking. Sounds like, yeah, some people are saying like maybe we get one last dip now that he said that, and then we'll get that. I told you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm obviously more bearish, given the fact that the Bitcoin's breakdown on that 50-week, but certainly going into 26, it's a little bit of, basically, I'm going to try and summarize it as best as I can, but from what I took from the Fed meeting was labor market's pretty damn poor, extremely poor.
Yeah, that's been falling apart for a while.
Yeah, I think labor's at like unemployment's at like 4.4, right? And I think the danger zone is like 5-6% usually.
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of that, it was quite obvious that there was a little bit of QE that's going to happen. But I think when it switched over to kind of Trump's candidate in May, I think that's when they start to go real hard. I think Jerome's probably looking at the end of his term. He's been extremely cautious last year. I think he's going to be extremely cautious into next year. Not too many rate cuts, and it was kind of divided, but divided on the board members. There was some poor sentiment on the Fed board members.
Yeah.
So I think he's going to just take it very casual coming into. I think he's got like 2 meetings basically coming into 26. And that's December done, so yeah, maybe 2 or 3, and then just hand it over, and then I think they go ham. I think the Trump's doing his final interviews next week on Wednesday.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
there might be a relief pump based off of who gets it, basically.
The way I think they have it set up is where like Jerome knows the narrative and he knows what the elites want him to do. And there's actually people in that room with him who are literally looking at the data and trying to do the right thing. They know what you're supposed to do, right? But he knows what he has to do based on what he's being told to do and what they're trying to create, which is eventually a demolition of the economy and a switch to whatever the digital system is, whatever it is, and they're gonna print the fucking dollar to nothing, right?
Yeah,
and inflate,
agreed.
yeah, destroy the working class people. But he can never reveal that, right? But there's actually people on the staff of the Fed that don't know the plan. They don't know the big plan, and we're also speculating too. I mean, I don't feel like Mr. Tinfoil Hat, but I have my conspiracy theories or have my ideas at what they're trying to do. And I don't believe that he's an idiot. I think he's very smart. I think they know exactly what they're doing. And yeah, there's this war between some of the people in that group who are like, why are we doing this? We need to do this. And he's like, no. Like,
yeah.
Purposely do what they're doing. Oh, that's a nice picture. All right, let's go go look at some of these charts. Wait, what do I want to show you really quick? Oh yeah, let's listen to Raul Paul really quick. We'll go.
By the way, I don't know why on the Zoom meeting,
yeah,
it keeps like zooming in and zooming out. I don't know if it's some.
It's not in the
How
show.
do I change that?
It started doing that.
No,
and
I don't think
I couldn't find the button to stop it. Let me see if there's a button here.
Hold on. Let me see.
Live virtual cam? No, that's not the button.
It's pretty wild, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
It got updated recently, and now it's like on, and I don't know how to turn it off.
Whoever's been, doing the updates on Zoom, I think they're
Auto
slightly
frame my
ADHD,
video. Is that the thing? Maybe that's it right there.
Okay. Maybe it's worked.
Maybe that was a button.
That's
Okay.
better. That's better. I've worked it out somehow.
And we know that
All right,
TGA
let's
is
check
going to
out-
be drained, and the QT is going to finish, and the Chinese are increasing their balance sheet, and we got regulatory changes coming, and we got rate cuts coming, blah, 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 blah. And the ISM, the business cycle, follows that. So the next thing for the business cycle is to go higher. Business cycle going higher means we'll have money in our pockets. It goes into risk assets, and that increases the price of crypto. It's not that complicated, but nobody wants to believe it because you're looking at 5-minute charts and scratching your nuts, wondering what's going on. And we know that TGA is going to be drained, and the QT is going to finish, and the Chinese are increasing their balance sheet, and we got regulatory changes coming, and we got...
There's a block more. Cool. So he's bullish. Yeah. He's been bullish. That's good.
Bro, what do you think about Raul Paul? Do you like his predictions or?
No. I mean, I'll always listen to everybody, right? But I like to do my own analysis. And I just keep the belief in the back of my head that somebody's getting paid by somebody else to get me to do the wrong thing, if that makes sense. Yeah. So, is he my friend, or is he paid by somebody to put out the information he does? And I don't know the answer to that, so I'll listen to him, but I'm gonna look at the data myself and come up with my own conclusion. Always, I'm never gonna listen to some like pundit in crypto and give any value to what they're talking about. When it comes to the decision time, right? Like, he's crunching the data, and what he's saying is lining up with things that I'm looking at. But if we were off, I would side with myself, as opposed to like listening to him. But I'm definitely like agreeing with some stuff he's talking about, which actually concerns me now, because now I'm thinking maybe my thesis is off because I don't want to agree with him necessarily. But I'm not going to throw the baby out with the bathwater. Nobody's wrong all the time or paid all the time. I just have to keep that in mind, right? You have to realize like there's a game being played. Just like Eric Trump, right? When he's like, oh, ETH is about to go blah, blah, blah. It did eventually, but after there was a juicy dip for them to load up on, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I find Raul Paul interesting. He's been wrong about a lot of stuff, but then I don't necessarily disagree with his kind of business cycle thesis, this idea that debt refinancing happens, it's going to happen on the 5th year. I think that's why there's a lot of loads of uncertainty, right? Your typical indicators of a cycle close or a cycle finishing has here. Benjamin Cohen and guys like that have spoken several times about it. But does the volatility, we've said that, does the volatility move downwards in a way where it's not as painful as before? And especially when you look at the events lined up, obviously as the Fed are starting to do, you know, very small QE and probably into 26 do heavier QE, and then on top of that you think of stimulus checks coming out, you think of kind of a new Fed chair coming in who's probably going to be more aggressive on rate cuts, and the US has been so slow compared to the European Central Bank and also the Bank of England. They've been way slower in terms of rate cuts.
Yeah,
and
which is by design.
You see the unemployment. Yeah, and the unemployment going up to a point where you're going to have to stimulate the economy. So there are major bullish factors going into 26. I just think that people kind of rush ahead and they go, well, all these bullish factors are going to happen. They don't happen overnight. Usually it's a lagging indicator. Usually it will take time, for example, for QE to start stimulating and hitting risk on assets. So
yeah, I mean, I don't think QE is coming for a while. I don't think QE is coming till mid 2026 or even the end of 2026.
Well, I mean, technically, their buybacks is, I guess, a form of QE. What they announced the other day.
Sure.
But
yeah.
But I don't think it's not much.
No, it's not much.
So
yeah,
to me, very, kind.
To me, I see that as just game being played in terms of trying to turn people's sentiment one way. You know,
right?
Like it's a little carrot. Like, see, it's coming, and get you off sides, because it just doesn't seem realistic to me to have any, QE with substance coming until rates are much lower and we're down deep into 2026, because 2027, and anyone who's followed my channel, I've said for a long time, 2027 is the year. That is the year. Even I talked about this with my mentor in 2022. Everything because it's a Shemitah year. There's a lot of things about it, and I'll do a video thing on the Shemitah, but that is when the big printing is going to happen. So, maybe it happens at the end of 2026, maybe a little sooner. I can't say for sure, but 2027 is going to be a massive year. Without a doubt.
I could see that. I could see a bottom happening September, October of 26. And I don't. The thing I'm worried about, I hope I'm completely offside with this, but the thing I'm worrying about is when people go past Q1 26 and the price of things, let's say it stays at this range right now. That's not bullish, and I think that a lot of their thesis is gonna, because everyone that I keep hearing. So I hear one side which is extremely bearish, like myself, where it's kind of like, indicators have shown it's broken down from the 50-week moving average. It's touched on the 100-week and it's just been kind of chopping around there. And the most likely probability is in a bear trend, so it's probably going to head down towards the 200. But maybe retest the 50 and then drop down. But the opposite side, which is like, 2026 Q1 Q2, that's definitely going to happen. It's going to be monumental. It's going to be like crazy, and I'm like, well, okay, what are the factors that are going to propel that? Where's the liquidity going to come from? What's actually going to move it in that direction? And once that gets invalidated, if it gets invalidated, then that's when the chaos starts to begin. And I think that's when the sell-off happens, because a lot of people are kind of gambling and betting that that's going to be, a really important quarter. And I think that's where
Q1 or Q2? Is that what you
said? Q1, I got a feeling that, so everyone that I've been hearing about, January, February, March, right? Just on the timeline, and other people that I've spoken to, the cope is Q1 is going to be great. what will probably happen is they'll rotate and say, well, Q1 or Q2. So I think they'll rotate their thesis and go, right, Q2 is going to be the one. Then it's like,
I think it's very possible.
And then you get and probably leading up to the Fed chair changing, because they'll go into Q2 and go, oh, okay, you know, we've got the Fed chair changing, it's going to be real bullish.
Yeah, that could be a catalyst to send it bearish at that. Yeah, the Fed change. So this was a 50. This is what MGC was talking about. Bitcoin always stays above this 50. This is the SMA and the EMA, so you guys can see. Some people have a thing. You can use either one. They're slightly different, but I have both up. So you can see either way you cut it. When you fall below and you retest and you're rejected, its bear market is on. You can see it happen here. Otherwise, you float above it. Sometimes you wick below it, but you always recover, and the bull market is intact. And you can see now we have fallen below it here. We've fallen kind of below it a little bit before as well, like we've done other bull runs, which is fine. We always recovered. But we haven't retested it yet, all right? We have fallen, though, below it, which is why a lot of people are very bearish. But for me, I think you need the retest to confirm whether it's getting back above or it's being rejected. And we haven't tested it yet. And that's why I was telling you guys at some point we'll probably come up and challenge 100K to possibly even a little higher to like 107. And that'll be where a lot of the bears will start shorting like crazy, thinking that this is where the rejection comes. And then my thesis was we possibly push up and fake everybody out and then go into that Q1 period or Q2, however long that goes. And I'm still sticking with that. I still feel confident about that. But anything is possible. Let's look at this.
I've got to see that retest, you know? I'm interested to see what, you know, that retest. I think the retest comes.
Yeah. We got an ascending wedge. We got a bear flag right here. Obviously, we could see another low, but, you know, Bitcoin likes to fake people out in these kind of places as well. So I don't know whether we're going to have some weakness, but I've said before that I want to see the bears get that conviction that bear market is on. So maybe the bears need to get fed before we go up again. And once again, this let me turn off these SMAs. This is a red line. You guys know I had a blue channel before going all the way back. This has pretty much been the bull run support, okay? And you guys have probably seen this channel. Same thing. It's just this channel going all the way up. We are out of it. You can see very clearly. I just have a pink line now. Just make it. We're out of it, okay? So I do think that if we get some softness or we get some bearishness into this weekend, you know, that could send us to like a double bottom here, or maybe we test another low to scare everybody. But then I do think we're going to make it back up here and challenge maybe this 130. This could be it, because this would be the bottom of that. But if we do get back into that blue channel, you guys know this hasn't changed. So this would be the 130 area. We get back into this channel. You got 140, 150. Midline is 185-ish. 190, 200K. These are all possible, but that's if we get above this 150 area and back inside this blue channel. Otherwise, I think 130, you know, that could do it. 130. Maybe it goes a little bit higher. That would be technically an all-time high, a new all-time high. There is just basically resistance there as well. I mean, you know, and ETH is what we want to send though the most, right? Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah.
I think the question though is, are we going to pull back, or are we about to rip from where we are? You know, that's a tough one, right? I think that's a big fight right now. It could go either way. Let's look at the Russell really quick for clues to that, because the Russell's made an all-time high. Russell's risk on. Okay, the target for this move for me is like around 2,700, 2,730 in this range. It's at all-time high. It needs to come back and retest, so maybe it comes back to retest, and that would be the pullback, and that would feed the bears, because then they would say, it's a false breakout. We're not going to go to all-time highs. We're done. It's going to crash below, but it doesn't. It gets support, and then we fire and go to all-time highs on all risk assets. Now, I'm just riffing right now. I don't know. What do you think?
Have you got the I want to see I've not actually looked at the ETH chart today. Have you got the also I want to see the ETH BTC ratio right now?
Yeah.
If you got something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, okay. So it looks like he's probably going to retest that
which one's the clean one?
that local high, huh?
Let's go. Which one? Wait, you want
ETH BTC?
Yeah, this is it. You want it on log or linear?
No, that's fine.
There's a clean one, yeah. So, yeah.
So it looks like he's going to retest that just on the that local top, I think. Let's see. I'm just going to quickly pull it up on my chart. Okay, so it's down. Let's see.
See, look, the breakout was down here at 0.026, and last cycle the breakout was 0.022, and it broke out and moved up, but then it did come all the way back and retest the top of that. And I've said before that since we've broken down to where we are, I knew we were going to get this 0.033 retest, but is it possible we come back, clear all these wicks, and do a retest of 0.026, which only because we did it back here too. You can see this wick. We came all the way back and retested this breakout of this range, this channel down here at around 0.023. And so I was showing this. Let me get rid of this line here. When I'd sketched it, and I said, look, that would be this dropping all the way back down to this line, 0.026. Now, that would be that last dip. This would be the cue to send alts and pulse chain and what have you. Why? Well, that's what happened back here. When we touched this right here, when it came back and retested the full breakout of the ETH-BTC ratio, that's when ETH went into full send and alts as well. And so maybe this has that last drop coming. So maybe BTC makes that last move up, sending this down here. We get that retap of 0.026, and then everything sends. If it does, we're just looking left, right, and copying what happened.
Yeah. It's been very weak versus BTC this cycle, but obviously BTC's kind of dominated this cycle.
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you look at all of the altcoins really do rely on the price of Ethereum performing to a degree. It kind of follows in sync. Very. It's been a weird cycle. Very strange. 4 years, 5 years, whatever. But I'd like to see it. I mean, I think my prediction was that it would probably head to like 0.05. That was at the beginning of the cycle, because I was like, well, okay,
0.05.
Yeah, so looking previously, right?
That'd be right about here-ish, yeah.
So you start to see. I've been seeing cycle by cycle a bit of a weakening of, in terms of.
That's generally where I sketched it too, this kind of range. Makes sense. Yeah, it makes sense. Diminishing returns. But we don't know yet. But technically, it would make sense. Yeah.
Be nice if it gets towards that.
Armando, what's going on, brother?
It topped out at 0.8, I think. As 0.08 last time
cycle,
around, right? Like 8% basically of a Bitcoin, yeah. So then I had in mind that 5% would make sense. The value of ETH versus BTC.
So, but that would be like if BTC is at 130, that's only a 8K an 8K ETH.
Yeah.
No, less than that.
But then again, it
Way
could
less.
do that blow-up versus BTC. It's like me. That was my kind of conservative metric.
That's only a 6,500 ETH. Yeah, if we go with that conservative, it's not 8K ETH. It's 6,500 ETH, right? Is that right? Am I doing the math right?
Yeah. 5% of 130K, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you said?
Yeah, 6.5, right?
We are looking at 6.5. That's correct.
Yeah. So that's only
and again, that's very, very conservative.
That's very conservative. But we have to entertain that could be. It's possible, right? Let's look at ETH.
been a very weird, like very, very weird one. Like when you look at the price of ETH, it's what, four times, I think it took 3 times to break 4K, and then to break all-time high it took 1 time, I think. So every time it's tested key levels,
Bro,
it's
look, 6,500. That's a 1618, man. That's like absolutely a target, absolutely without a doubt. Yeah, it could. I mean, I think we're gonna go higher. Maybe we get surprises, but technically, with the resistances above on the ETH BTC, this fib, it's a possibility. Yo, Super Snake, what's going on? How you doing? What's up, Turk Montana? How are you, buddy?
Someone put ETH down to 2.5K. Yeah, no, like I got a friend of mine. He's really into Ethereum, and one of his key levels is about 2.4, 2.5. He didn't think that. So if we were in a bear market, he was like, I don't think that it breaks down. He said really bearish case it would break down to 1.5, but yeah, 2.5. I think also on the weekly, the 200 week sits around 2.4K ish. So I was like, okay, that could, I mean, technically it could make sense, right?
Yeah, these are all possibilities down here that we could hit.
Yeah, because it hasn't had too much volatility to the up. If it is bear market, too much volatility to the upside. So, probably reduction in terms of the downside. But who knows? This is just spitballing different ideas. So, nice to see you, Turk Montana.
Tom Lee says 64K ETH.
Tom Lee.
We were just talking about pundits, right? I mean, look, I listen to what everyone has to say, but
Tom Lee needs he needs that price. I think he has to ride it, man. I think he has to go through the pain, bro, of like up and down, and he's got to be the sailor of ETH, like when Sailor came in, I mean, it took him a little while before he was in profit, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Look,
I think
man,
Tom's going to have to go through the slaughterhouse.
He's got a big position. He's bullish, bro.
Yeah.
Look, he's got a massive ETH position. He's ETH long, man. Rumor has it he meditates on ginseng plants. Tom Lee's on heroin.
Did you not see him in the interviews recently? He looked stressed out of his fucking mind. Excuse my language.
Was he?
No, bro. He looked rough. He looked rough. But I asked Richie why did he buy this Ethereum bag or 3.7. In time in the market is very difficult, and a lot of guys FOMO'd in on the Ethereum ETF news.
Yeah, but look, timing the market is different. It's difficult, okay? Like, we're playing probabilities games here, but you don't buy under resistance with that much capital. Like, no, you just don't do that. You would have at least waited for the breakout retest or something. It wasn't that. I mean, look, no one's perfect. Like, I don't think, at least I was never faulting him for like thinking that was a thing, but it was like literally underneath resistance, like absolutely a spot where you would not buy something, especially when you have that level of capital. And then we tried to make it sound like there must have been a reason, but I can't figure out what the reason could have been.
Would you have the thing that concerned me was like the deployment of the capital was so quick.
Yep.
And
didn't make any sense.
It wasn't like there was kind of a DCA approach to it, or there was like chunks put in at certain times. It was just
you
very much
you would make sure your thesis was right when you have that much capital. You know what I mean? Like it just didn't make any sense. They weren't even spread out. It was under resistance. I think if I remember correctly, I remember I was screaming at the top of my lungs. I was like, "We got issues here." It was right here, and I had like 3 streams with Pedro. I can cut the clips where I'm like, ETH looks fucked. And I was like, ETH isn't bad. And I was like calling a warning. I remember it was December-ish. Yeah, it was December. and everybody was like, shut up, dude, we're going all season. I'm like, yeah, this is too much volume. I was like, you can't be this bullish on this move and then break right here with that much volume. I was like, this is an institutional move. I said this on stream. I remember saying, like, this move is institutional. Somebody knows something. I remember saying that like multiple streams in a row. And I was like, somebody knows something. This is not good. And then this was super resistance. And I was like, and then he YOLO'd. And that was the problem. Like, no one can predict stuff, but like you would wait to see what this does, right? Like, it didn't make sense. It was textbook right there. Bam.
Came back down.
If I flip it over, it's
And then it
perfect.
went-
It's support. You got a W, double bottom, and then it did what it did, right? I mean, it was perfect. It's a double top, and then we bled out, and it was painful. Yeah, this was pain. Went all the way down to 1,500, right?
This was horrible, man.
Yeah.
This was horrible. I remember people ripping it to shreds. But I mean, like, on a long term, you know, on a long term basis, I think it'll be fine. You know, but
We're gonna move before the snake year ends. Like, I've been saying that I'm still confident. We're going into the new year or Christmas. We're moving up bullish into January. Before snake year ends, BTC could put in a new all-time high. I don't know why. I think that is going to do the most damage to the market actually right now. I think too many people are ready for the bear, and I think we're going to make an all-time high before the snake year ends. So that would be by the end of January. I don't know what the date exactly, but I think there's something about it, and I think we could put in an all-time high by end of January.
I hope so, man. Like, I hope it kind of invalidates my bearishness. You know, I don't really like talking bearish. Obviously, I'm optimist. I like to be an optimistic bull, but yeah, I do hope that happens. And I know that Gary the numbers guy was saying that the next year, I don't know too much about kind of the different years and the different kind of, but he said it was quite bearish for Bitcoin. I don't know if you've seen him going on a bit of a campaign recently on this podcast.
Who?
Gary the numbers guy.
Gary the numbers guy. Okay. I like that guy.
You know who I'm talking about?
Gary 333 or something?
333, yeah.
What was he saying? That he's bearish?
Saying that it's quite bearish than next year.
Bearish for next year.
Yeah. Yeah. So coming into, I think it's what's after snake, rat? No.
Yeah. Let's see if I can find something. Yeah, that makes sense.
Find.
That makes sense because we're gonna have some bearishness in 2026, and then we print possibly at the end of it or beginning of 2027 or something like that. Now, once again, I'm just speculating here, but that's what I think could be very real. Gary numbers. Let's see if I can find.
He did an interview with Tim Pool.
He did. Let's see if we can find. See if you can find it. I'll throw it up.
Yeah.
I can comment while we're waiting for Gary or Max, whoever he is.
Cartel. That's not what we're looking for. Zcash rise.
Privacy coins is, listen, we don't live in China. If someone has your Bitcoin address, they can go down the list and see everyone you sent money to, what you spent. Listen, this ain't that type of game. We Americans, I'm not sure how you Chinese and foreign people like it. We Americans like our f***ing privacy. So we're gonna need a privacy coin. Edwin Snowden backs it. I really believe from a numerology perspective, Zcash was founded on the 28. 28 is the number of wealth. Musk is born in the 28. Bill Gates is born in the 28. So I do think that one right there has a lot of potential in the future. I personally like Zcash.
Nice. I agree with you. Illusionist said what he said. It lines up with my thesis that we're going to rip into the beginning, Q1, maybe bleeding into Q2, and then that's it. It's going to be lights out. Okay. But I don't think the bear market's going to play out the way people think it is. I'll give you guys some ideas on what I'm seeing on the Bitcoin chart. But let me see if I can find this, what he said. Here it is. This is it, right?
The year of the horse, and people who are born in horse years.
Shit, it's 23 minutes long. Do you know where it is in here?
I've got the short, if you want the short.
Yes, you can send me the link or in the chat or the Zoom chat.
This is the one.
Bitcoin was founded January 3rd, 2009. That is a rat currency. The worst year for Bitcoin was 2014, where it fell around 92%. That was the year of the horse. The horse year comes once every 12 years. Next one's 2026, and I do expect Bitcoin and a lot of cryptocurrencies to crash. Bitcoin was founded January.
Yeah.
So I mean I don't know that shit. Yeah, like, I don't follow. There are a lot of guys that I know that are super into kind of numerology and all of that, but you know,
are going to dominate
there's gotta
next
be
year.
something to it, I guess.
I would say well, he's the smallest name there, but those all are tigers, and they all got banned in the Monkey Nation. Or looking at their new.
I'll have to do a separate episode where we go. I'm going to save this, so maybe I'll do a review,
breakdown.
Yeah. I think there's something to that, man, because it lines up with my thesis, well, about. Now, once again, I have no idea what Raul Paul is telling people, but yeah, my thesis. Okay, let me just show you guys what I'm thinking. Once again, I haven't sketched this out on my own yet. I'm literally dumping this from my mind onto the screen right now, but whatever. So everybody, look, this is what, and I've sketched this out multiple times where I was saying, you know, we're going to from somewhere, we're going to pop and hit that 130 to 150 somewhere in here. Okay, we're going to surprise everybody, and then it's going to be lights out. Okay, so you guys have seen. Oh fuck, you guys can't see. Okay, so you guys can see this a million times. This chart. Nothing has changed for me at all in months, okay? I've been sketching the same shit for you guys about this resistance area between 130 to 150, and we could come up here and find a high in that range, all right? Now, but what everyone's really expecting, though, let me go to this clean one down here, is literally like where, you know, we're about to start the bear market, which is fair. Like, absolutely. We're under the 50. We could go up to this 100. I said this range up in here, where, you know, we just get above the 150 the 50 a little bit, and then we fall apart and we come down and we make a new low. And everyone's expecting something like this, okay? This is probably the most common thing I would think people are thinking, because you have to come up and complete the retest, I would think, right? So that would be somewhere in here. And then people have their, you know, arguments about where that low is, right? Where is that going to be low? Is it 30K, 35K, somewhere between 30K and 34K? You know, there's debates about that, right? So this would be kind of what the common thinking is, which is totally fine, because this would be what would happen in a bear market, right? It wouldn't look like that. It would look. But what I do want to show you is I just think there's too much consensus about that. There's too many people waiting for that to happen, all right? I think they're going to hold BTC in a range is what I think could happen, right? Like this would be we've done this before, and too many people are probably waiting for it to happen, and the market makers know this. So what I think could be something is that actually let's say we don't retest my thesis, okay? And we come up, we get rejected between 100 and 107-ish, okay, under all this support. And we fall apart. Well, in that case, we come down, and then we come, maybe we hit something, but we do something weird, right? Almost like Ethereum just did, where we go through the bear market until we're ready to rip in some weird range, and people won't realize that the low would have come in. It would have been one of these dips, right? It would have been this one or this one. That would have been your low. So 60K or 70, whatever. I'm just sketching really quick. So it doesn't come to some low number that everyone's expecting to happen in a bear market, okay? Why? Because everyone knows the Fed's printing. Everyone, like, I don't know, there may be too much expectation on that, but maybe we do have a crash. But not a lot of people buy it expecting us to get something lower, like a 40s or 30s or something like that. And then we just chop for a long time. Everyone's waiting, and then, you know, we build back up and we go to some serious highs. Now, the other thing is, we do retest that range of that 130, which I just think is very likely. We get up to here 130, maybe we get up to 150, and then we do the same thing. We come down, we hit some low, we chop, we hit maybe another low. No one's buying it because everyone's waiting for the real low to come in, and we create some weird thing over here, right? That, I think, is going to be more likely what this bear market's going to look like, as opposed to like some crash and everyone gets to load up at 20K or 30K or something like that. It may not be that simple, you know, or maybe we get a flash crash. I talked about how getting a flash crash. But I don't think we're going to repeat 2021 bear market. You know, this is like the worst I've drawn.
No, I don't. I think if it was to go down, it would probably hit 50, 55 maybe.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's even possible we don't dip below 60 or something, right? Like it's
there'd be a lot of resistance at previous all-time high.
and it would throw the most amount of people off sides because nobody would want to buy that high. Everybody would think that's too high, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's just an idea, right? It's an idea that we have some weird range and it fakes everybody out, and before they know it, the bear market's over, and we're ready to go into the Shemitah year, which is going to be insane levels of printing. It's very possible we do something very strange. You know what I mean? But by no means am I saying don't believe a normal bear market thesis, right? Which would be the normal drop. You know, like I said, this is a very obvious range, which would be like where we started the ETF announcement to retest that, which would be around 30K to 35K-ish in this range, right? Retesting all this right here. That would be a very that could be a very technical place where, you know, that would, maybe you'd expect, you know, the bear market to go. But I just think that's too basic, man. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but I think we do something weird in range, and no one's going to will believe the low is in. Kind of like no one believes the high is in, or maybe the high goes 130 and it's you know, it's a type of distribution. Once again, these are all institutional moves. You know, we are in a type of distribution. Look at these highs. They've distributed what you would have as like a blow off top over these highs. You had 76 and you had 104 and then 126. Maybe we get 130. That's very institutional, right?
Yeah.
And they're going to do, why wouldn't they do the same in the reverse? You know, why wouldn't they do some kind of distribution as well and distribute the low instead of like one big low like we had in 2021 and you got to buy it at 15 or whatever. Bitcoin has advanced. It will crash less and pump more slowly. I don't think it's the end of the altcoin season. BTC can range all time while we see ETH rip. Yeah, Chauncey. BTC can range all time high while we see ETH rip. That's what we're hoping for, right? That BTC touches up, and I don't necessarily need it to like keep charging past 130. If it goes up to 130 and ranges around there, and then let ETH do its thing, that'd be wonderful, right? Because there's not that
Let
much
it go
time.
try and test its its ratio versus BTC.
And this is something I also want to stress upon you and I said this before when I made that bearish video, like back in October when I was warning you guys about all these bearish indicators that all played out, that they could end this cycle quite abruptly, okay? Because the snake year ends, February 8th, or is it the end of January? I think we could pump until there, but maybe when the horse year comes, we transition pretty quickly, or like something abruptly interrupts our fun, right? We may not get a nice fade out and a nice the top is in, tops are coming in. You may not get something so nice. You may get something quite abrupt, right? Maybe 2026 is the year that they want to escalate the war. Maybe that's why we get a bear market there. Either way, it can be a messy 2026 could be a messy year, especially knowing that they're going to definitely print into the Shemitah year, which I think technically is like 2028. So 2027 should start the printing. They're not going to make 2026 easy, right? So 2026 could be pretty nasty. And now that we've heard some of these about the Chinese zodiac and this number stuff, it kind of gives me some confidence there, right?
But then everyone goes back to the Benar cycle and they look at 26. Well, I guess if there's a blow off top in January, then
if we're blow off top January, February, it's technically correct, and you know.
Yeah, because one of the times of I think it was like, so you have like times of accumulation, then there's times of like sell-in, times high times, and then there's like times of let's see. That top bar, what does that say? Times in which panics occur and will occur again, and 2019 was on that time frame, but 2019 was when they discovered COVID. So the COVID really kicked in 2020.
Yeah, it's not exactly on. Yeah,
no. But it did have a lot of fire. I remember there was fires in California and Australia that year. That's quite an interesting year, 2019. But end of 2019, I think it was October, they discovered COVID over.
Yeah, like this. This is where the top is generally where you want to be selling, And to be honest, like, you didn't want to necessarily sell in 1999. You didn't want to sell in 2019. You wanted to be selling like 2021, maybe. Okay, so
Yeah.
I mean, 2026. Does this mean our blow off top is in January 2026, or does this literally take us to the end of 2027, which would still be accurate considering it was made 100 years ago? I don't know, a long time ago, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
it's like made by
100
a
years
farmer
ago.
back in the
Yeah,
day.
totally, like 100 years ago.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So
it's a weird chart.
I think we can look at this.
But
for
I saw a lot of
confluence.
people reposting this.
Yeah.
No idea. It's just like it's just a thing that people post sometimes. It's something that they keep in mind. Never really. I kind of just I keep it in mind, right? Because it's again, if there's certain things that people attach their thesis on, then there's probably a percentage of the population that are following that, and therefore that does have a onward effect in terms of their action taken.
Mhm.
So I always keep it in mind, you know.
Yeah, for sure.
With other stuff.
So the Russell could give us, if we get a juicy pullback, you know, there's plenty of opportunities to come back now and retest here. All right, even if this pushes up some more, come back and retest something, or even retest here. Could stay under there. But we'll probably get some retest of this high at some point, right? So that might be your pullback, and then go. And that might line up with that ETH BTC pulling back as well. That would line up with the last dip. We go up, get that all-time high, and then we come down and do some kind of distribution or weird pattern instead of really dropping. But I don't know. I mean, you know what I mean? I'm just kind of speculating. I'm just looking for fuckery at this point, right? So I'm like looking to like challenge every possible mainstream idea out there right now, right? With what they're doing. Better to be
The election, the midterms in November, right? Next year.
Yeah.
Something like that. And by the looks of things, I don't know if you saw that on Polymarket, they believe that the House is going to change hands. 80%. At one point, it was 80%. It might have dipped a little bit, but Democrats,
Really?
and
that's huge.
It's interesting that, yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy how ahead they are in those polls, and there's a reason for. I mean, there's kind of a three-pronged reason. I think when you look at the so what a lot of people don't realize is the younger generation, Gen Z, and the Zoomer generation as well. But a lot of the votes this time around in that snap election that happened, it was mainly a lot of votes came in from the younger audience, from the influence of guys like Trump going on with like Aiden Ross, for example, the Nelk Boys. Like part of his campaign strategy was all these podcasts and things of that nature. So the younger audience came out and voted a lot more. But then there's been such a massive drop in the approval ratings. I think it's been a 50 or 60 point drop between 18 to, I think it's 25 or 30. So Trump's approval ratings have gone down significantly. And there's a few reasons for that. Obviously, how he's dealt with the Middle East, how he's dealt with kind of Epstein files as well, the state of the economy. And then on top of that, there's been a lot of kind of right-wing commentators that kind of promoted him, pushed him during the election, who have kind of turned their tune on it. Like you think of Candace Owens, you think of Nick Fuentes, you think of like that generation that's heavily influenced by Tucker Carlson, for example, have kind of changed their tune when it came to Trump. And then also one of the biggest organizations that helped the Republicans, especially Trump, get into power was Turning Point. Turning Point would get young voters to make sure they're signed up, make sure they're prepared to go out and vote. Now, when you take away Charlie Kirk because of the assassination out of the picture, there's been a lot, and Tim Pool was talking about this. He had a big criticism of Candace Owens, but he was talking about the kind of basically the right-leaning commentators, political commentators, have gone against Trump, and then have changed their tune, and that has resulted in a changing of younger audience members' views on the Republican Party. So the Republican Party is in a lot of trouble.
Really?
And then what you're probably going to get is like, you're going to get Democrats, I think of like an AOC character, Gavin Newsom, but an AOC who will come out and will actually try and be less left and more centrist, because they'll see that there's a demographic there that they can tap into. So, and the other thing I'd say to a lot of people is like, Trump, he cares about the midterms, but I don't think he cares about it too much, because he's not up for re-election, right? It's not like he can get re-elected. No. So, it's really about JD and his campaign, which I think they're trying to usher JD in.
For sure.
But there's a lot of FUD for JD, right? Because of his ties to Palantir and his ties to the PayPal cabal and his ties to, his wife and her being basically a foreign national, and then also kind of his ties to the cabal of the PayPal mafia, as they call it. So yeah, it's interesting.
She has ties to that?
No, JD does.
He does? How?
Yeah.
What's his ties to it?
He was funded by Schiff, not Schiff. Sorry, what's his name? The guy who runs. What's his name? Hold on, 2 seconds. I'm the homosexual guy.
Which one?
What's his name,
bro?
Hold on. Peter Seal. That's the one.
Peter Thiel.
Yeah, not Schiff. I don't know why I said it. I thought Schiff in my mind.
I didn't know that a fact about him, but interesting. Okay, things make sense.
Yeah.
Super. So look, they're cornering power. It makes a lot of sense. If that's the case, that's a big They want, everyone's fighting for power. So I think he sounds like he's their man, and so that makes a lot of sense now.
And they're very, very much like trying to push this kind of weird new age. It kind of they're so pushing AI and computerized robotics and like this weird phenomenon of this. Some people call it like a transhumanism type vibe or whatever, and this integration of robots into human DNA, and this it could start with chips, it could start with replacement of different body parts with robotics. It's kind of creepy, and we see this now with Elon, where Elon was very concerned about AI, and now he's a massive advocate for AI. Right? He was very, very concerned about AI, and he's totally changed his tune when it comes to AI now. Very interesting how he's switched up on that. Yeah, so a lot of the younger audience, mainly through Fuentes, to be fair, I do not want JD Vance coming in. Do not want him becoming president of the United States.
No,
because they see who he's tied to. Like they see that he's tied to Pete Thiel, Reid Hoffman.
It's not good.
A lot of those guys as well.
Yeah.
And Palantir is, exceptionally dangerous, right? The technology that they're bringing in, what they've been using, how they used it, for example, in the Middle East, the tracking, like to be able to have an AI that can potentially point out, just based off of your social media interactions, resistance to the government and potential resistance, like who they could see as a target just based off of their actions online.
Oh,
You know,
really? I didn't know
possibly
that.
like-
Oh, they have like predictive.
Oh, yeah.
It's like a Steven
Predictive,
Spielberg
yeah.
movie.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah. Well,
exactly that.
we knew that was
So, like,
coming, right? I didn't know it was here already.
Oh yeah, it's here. Like look into Palantir and how dangerous that company is. Like it's absolutely insane, and the amount of government funding they're funded by. I'm pretty sure they've got ties to all three of the government agencies.
Oh,
they've got massive
absolutely.
big contracts. So
Absolutely.
so it's like creating this dystopian Big Brother profile essentially. Yeah. Go look into Palantir. It's proper dangerous.
Yo.
Really dangerous technology.
Check out, look into this. This is the market cap USDT dominance. We're going to look at this.
Went on a bit of a tangent there. Sorry.
No. It's all good. I'll switch up to the weekly here. And I'm going to take a 2-minute. I'll be right back. Yeah?
Yeah, no problem.
Hold the fort. Does the music turn off? Oh, I'll get the music back.
Let's talk more. Guys, should we talk more about Palantir?
Talk about whatever you want. I'll be back. Smash the like button, everybody. And remember, Instagram, Mr. St. Wolf. I'm not joking, man. Go. Instagram, Mr. St. Wolf. Follow. Give me a lot of alpha there. All right, be back. Sorry.
All right, let's have a little look at the comments. Whitney Webb talks about Palantir. Flock cameras. I don't see the Let me see. Palantir is flock cameras on crack. Yeah, bro. Like the data sets they're creating right now. I mean, for people that don't know, it's very important to go understand what they're doing, right? So it's software that helps clients organize and analyze huge data sets. And they have 4 different main platforms. Gotham, which is an intelligence platform by government, military, and counterterrorism analysts. Foundry, which is a commercial and civil government platform for integrating and analyzing internal data using sectors like healthcare, manufacturing, and finance. They've also got their AIP, the artificial intelligence platform, which integrates AI tools and large language models into client networks for operational use with human oversight. And then their SaaS platform named Apollo, which is a platform for continuous software delivery across various different environments. But yeah, it's concerning. Very concerning. And the stock, I mean, if you bought Palantir stock, oh, holy crap, you would have made a lot of money. Let's see. MGC, I also agree with your assessment on the... there's that status of the midterms. Something midterms. Yeah. So, I mean, like... So this was... I don't mind... I think Tim Pool was going on a bit of a rant when he was talking about Candace Owens. Because obviously, like, she's gone down the line that... Because it's very sus assassination, right? With the Charlie Kirk assassination. Yeah, there's a lot of questions. For, you know, and I'm not saying it was the narrative that was said or wasn't. You know, I'm just saying it. There needs to be more footage shown. There needs to be more evidence shown because I don't think what they've put out is sufficient. But he was going on about like these individuals, obviously. And I like Tucker, I like Candace, I like Fuentes, I like a lot of these, you know, I often watch a lot of their stuff. But does it help the Republican Party? Does it keep them on a united front? It doesn't. So when you have this kind of pushback, particularly talking about the big lobby in the US that funds a lot of these government officials, right? And then there's been the pushback, there's been the revelation of the truth of what it does. They basically got red pilled on red pill just basically means the truth of politics and who's funding it, who's behind it, who's pulling the strings, as per se. Does that necessarily do good for the Republican Party? Doesn't, right? Plus the really poor handling of the Epstein files, for example, the lack of, I mean, how many we expected Trump to come in. I think a lot of the younger audience expected Trump to come in. They went out, voted, got the hat, all of that stuff, and they expected, Russia-Ukraine conflict to be finished. Pretty much a peace and certainty plan for the rest of the world. Like we'd seen in his first term, he was shaky. He was, meeting up with Putin, and there was no issues. Kind of the ice was breaking on that, America and Russia. He had met with Xi. He met with North Korean dictator as well. So, and there was that funny scene at South Korea coming into North Korea. So the term has been completely different. Like he said that the Russia-Ukraine war is going to stop. Hasn't stopped. He said that we've had Iran and the issues with Iran that kicked off. We've had India, Pakistan go at each other. We've had, Israel, Palestine, everything that's been going on over there. And there hasn't really been much resolution at all. And then we've seen attacks in Lebanon. We've seen attacks in many different parts around that Middle East. And so it's a different Trump. We've seen a very, very different Trump to his first term. And so I think the younger audience, thinking that a lot of the promises that he said would happen, didn't happen. There's a disappointment on top of that. If you chuck in a lot of their following, their idols, as per se, or the people that they follow, are kind of fudding him and talking negatively about the Republican Party, how corrupt it is, then, it's a disaster for going into midterms. Absolute disaster. I don't think Trump needs to win midterms. Then down the line, the disclosure can come on Epstein, Ukraine, Mike Drake. No, I think you if you lose that younger audience, it's a problem. It's going to be a problem, because they'll become disenfranchised. And the other thing is as well, there's also reactionary effect. So we saw this in the United Kingdom. So Conservative Party, which is kind of our equivalent of the Republican Party, did so poor of a job when they were in term, leading up to the last general election, that guys who were probably more centrist or right, they did such a shit job that everyone went and voted the opposite way, right? So they went to the extreme. And has the extreme part, the more socialist party, done better? No, they've done way worse. They've upped taxes, all of this kind of stuff that happened. So, a lot of guys, it's like a yo-yo effect. They go to extremes. It's like if you get badly burnt by someone, right? You end up reacting quite badly. And you see this, you'll probably see this from the younger generation, especially the younger generation. They're much more polarizing. They're much more reactionary than I think more stoic generations. They're much more dopamine driven. So I think that you start to see them just shift. If they find someone that they like, they'll just shift. And then they'll see the consequence of that as well, because that doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make it better for the US. Anyway, that's my rant on U.S. politics.
Somebody said there's flooding in Washington. Go check that out really quick. If anybody's out there, sending you guys. Did it pull up? Cool. Wow. That's a lot of water. There's a lot of water.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty serious. Let's see what's going on. Oh, whoa. I think they had to add that music. Oh.
Yeah, I call it the harp music.
Crazy. Whoa, that's crazy. The Snohomish River. Oh, look at that. Oh, damn.
The old harp soundtrack. Every time I see a harp video, There's always that soundtrack that goes on.
Western Washington is getting crushed by a historic atmospheric river storm that's flooding rivers, submerging roads, and forcing thousands to evacuate. Water levels have surged so fast that rivers like the Snohomish River, Skagit River, and Puyallup River are on the brink. Dozens of flood warnings are active, and emergency crews are already doing water rescues in flooded neighborhoods. Authorities have declared a statewide emergency and activated the National Guard as rain keeps pounding the region. Many roads are closed, homes and cars are submerged. People are being evacuated from flood-prone areas. Some towns are seeing floodwaters rise almost overnight. If you're in Washington or know someone there, stay alert. Avoid driving through flooded streets. Don't ignore evacuation orders. This storm could go down as one of the worst floods in Washington's recent history.
Jeez. Atmospheric river slamming Washington. 10 inches of rain. That's a lot of rain.
The peak close out here. Man, this river.
Yeah, that's pretty
Holy
crazy.
cow. I have never seen
This
it
almost
like
house.
this.
Yeah, must be.
It's really something. Coming down the river.
Wow. All right, so everybody out there, be careful, man.
This is just crazy. This is wild. You feel the whole concrete shaking. Oh my
You should
god.
probably go, man. That thing can be swept away. The water is very powerful. You know?
Yeah.
Snohomish. Crazy.
Oh, no, I can see the comments now.
So, what am I gonna say?
Yeah, so a lot of guys saying, yeah, Trump is here to shake it up. Not everyone's gonna like that. EU needs to take some notes. I think what's interesting is the amount of like, for example, the Somalians, right, in Minnesota, all of that kind of stuff. It's just covering up the problems at home. Right, so the EU has always been problematic, and there's loads of stuff going on with the EU and all of these kind of things. But a lot of it, I think, is just kind of just to divert attention. It's kind of to divert attention to whilst other stuff is happening in the background. You know, and if you're a Republican, you have to be concerned. Looking at the approval polls of Trump, particularly of that younger audience, you know, you need to get, basically, if you're a Republican, you need to win those midterms. And right now, there has to be a massive change. There has to be a huge 180. And that's not me going after Republicans. I'm just saying that there's lack of unity right now. There's lack of unity.
There is a lack of unity. We're going to look at this USD dominance. But first, since we're on discussing, I want to bring up this Twitter thing. So I just like randomly chime into like Twitter shit once in a while and like fuck shit up. And so this one's really funny because somebody was talking about game or something like that. Or is it this one? PLUSD. Okay.
How do you approach a baddie? Oh,
okay, so
what are we doing, bro?
I'm not going to tear into these guys too much, but somebody said like, how do you cold approach a baddie, right? And, you know, fair enough, okay. And Dikini said, just say you like something like she's wearing that isn't exposing something like a bracelet, ask about material. Then after a few back and forth sentences, you say you got something to get done and ask for a number. Okay, this is fair. I mean, like, I've been through this phase, right, where you're like, you know, oh, that's a cool purse or shoes, whatever. Like, you can call something out, like, or brace something interesting, whatever. That's fine. I just wrote, like, too friendly, simp move. And being a little, I just think there's better things that you can do, but it's actually what he said. You could do that if you don't know what to do. You could do it, but there's better things to do than that. Okay, but I was kind of like harsh, and he's like, "This is what you do if you're walking down the street. She could have a husband, and you could get a charge. If it's in a bar, you can say almost anything as long as it's funny. She's open to get F just for being there. I've been in 70 plus and lots I've done what I said first. And yeah, the truth is, look, you could say something funny about what she's wearing or something like that, and it's kind of how you do it. By the way, this is just truth with women. It's not what you say, it's how you say it anyway. It's like how you use your eyes and like your head, and like, you know, like if you're like teasing her about it, like, you know, and she's unsure if you like her bracelet or purse or whatever, it can like add some charge to it and be funny and stuff like that.
But let's be real, right? you don't give a fuck about a bracelet.
That's what that's what I'm getting at. I think that girls are much.
That's what you're saying.
That girls are much smarter now because a lot's changed in like with online dating and stuff like that. So I just go right in and I'm a little bit more straight about it. So I might say something more clear about like her energy or like the vibe or like something along that line with how you say it. So I would definitely charge it a little bit, but then also have like a bit of a tease in there. But I would go right to something about like her vibe or energy or something like that, where she clearly knows I'm not just complimenting an item, right? To like make an excuse to have a conversation. I think it's a little stronger, but there's nothing wrong with doing this. And this is much more less, you have less investment and less on the line. And it could be cool, but I do think that, I think they'll respond better if you go in a little stronger with still being like chill about it and like knowing how you do it. Don't go in really intense and be like, you know, like your vibe got my attention. Like, I don't know, like I like your energy. No, like you should have a bit of tongue in cheek about it. Like,
sure.
you know,
You gotta
how you do it. But the guys are just going off about it. Someone wants to show her my Pulse wallet. But wait, there was a fucking comment where a guy got really serious. Where's it at? Where'd it go? Oh yeah. Here it goes. Where's Friendly? He says,
friendly does not imply. Oh, do you want to read it?
No, go ahead. Read it.
I was going to say, friendly doesn't imply simpering. Interesting term. I guess he's meaning the simping. It's important to know the difference between being nice and being a nice guy. What he's doing right is giving her a compliment without talking about her body. This fools them into thinking we're interested in something more than their body and gets them talking about the paltry shit they like.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I'd rather be direct, because I think it's too much of a time. Like, to your point, I think it's just too much of a time waster. And the truth is, I mean, and Lux Maxin's got really popular now. You know, Clavicle's talking about it. Like, if you're in amazing shape, I'm not in amazing shape right now. And when I'm in amazing shape, you can say whatever the fuck you want to say. Honestly, like, you can. Yeah, I mean, if you're looking good, if you've ticked stuff, like, you don't need to start doing bone smashing. It's literally like get your body fat down to like 8%, which is hard. I'm not saying it's easy. It takes a lot of time and a lot of starvation. And I trust me, you will look good and you will probably have a different response, and also come from a place of abundance, come from a place of like, I don't like this kind of. A lot of guys, they come from this weird, like, they start acting like they're the gay best friend, or it's like, well, what are you there for? You desire them and you're interested in them, so try and be as direct as possible without being overly aggressive.
Yeah. It could be an age thing too. Maybe because I'm older too, it doesn't make sense for me to be like an older guy coming up and being like, you know, like, I like your bracelet. It's like, I don't give a fuck about your bracelet. Like, you know, if I notice a girl, it's like her vibe. It's just not congruent either. But I think I've definitely been through that phase. But I think girls are definitely smart too. And if you just go right to like something.
But even if you're younger, like, say, well, would you say it like that? Like, would you? I mean, I like your. Don't give a fuck about your bracelet.
Yeah, it's great.
I don't think a girl's gonna be interested in you if you're like
beginners, or like, if you really want very low like investment where you could like back out of it. But I think you should just be like a little stronger and find something, you know. Because it could be, it depends how you do it too, but fools them into thinking we're interested in something. Nah, you ain't fooling them.
No, it's like it's weird. I don't know. To me, it's kind of weird. Actually, I have a friend of mine who's very good at this stuff. Actually, probably one of the best guys I know, if you want help, if you want to bring up his Instagram, you can.
Yeah.
He's my best friend. I've known him for a long time. You've probably seen some of his videos. His name's Max Keswick.
Oh yeah, I've seen him. Yeah. Okay, but I could go into it about Max Keswick a little bit too, because he does a little bit of that, like. Well, I'm not. Yeah, I won't open it up. But yeah, he does. he does go into it. Look, so here's the thing about this. I think that you could get into a bit of like wasting your time, which is like what you kind of said. Whereas like if you go right in about her like vibe or energy or something like that, or like something about the way, whatever, blah blah blah, you have to like show her like something with your eyes, and you're gonna either see whether she has interest or not pretty quick, and you're gonna save time. Whereas opposed you're gonna like putter around and try to build attraction from like opening the car. Yeah, you can open it and get it going, and then if you have great game, you can move into something else. But I think behavior is something better. If you go into something about behavior or vibe or something, like, you know, even making fun of her is better than like talking about something on there. Ask her if she likes her hair pulled. Yeah, even that.
And I don't necessarily think I don't think it's necessarily bad to go super direct, but then you have to have a little bit. But you have to, if you're gonna go super direct, you have to have a little pullback. The problem is like guys will be super direct.
Yeah.
And I've seen guys go really direct, and then there's no like reciprocity. So there has to be like you go direct, but then there's also like why do I want to be with you? Like let me like it. Yeah, I find you attractive, but what else is there? Like what's, you know, give me something back and have a bit of a challenge, because there has to be a bit of back and forth. It can't just be like you pursue. It looks very low value. It comes across quite low value if you're the one chasing. You have to have this. I guess it's good. It's like a kind of pullback or a need for her to invest in. So she has to make that move as well. It can't just be one way.
Yeah.
I've noticed that about really good guys who are really good at chatting to women. It's like that. It's like they're super direct, but then they have this almost like a qualification, not overtly. Like some guys do it super overtly. Like, what do you bring to the table? What you know, that doesn't work. But this idea of like, okay, I'm interested. I think you're attractive, but you know, I don't really know you. So, you know, what's there about you? And it kind of creates this.
You want to get to that, what you just said, that sentiment, you want to get to that very quickly. I also think about time, like I don't need to collect numbers. A lot of guys collect numbers and it's not going to go anywhere because they didn't get that chemistry off the get-go. And like, I want I want to know that chemistry right, like pretty early on, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you got to feel it out too. I mean, obviously if you're in church or something, well, no, I would still possibly be stronger. I would.
Church.
I'm also,
church has got an interesting reputation, man. Like women in church are quite interesting.
Women in church, intellectual frequency matter. Some chicks just want a savage. Assessment is important. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You should know, like.
But if you're a big alpha, if you're a very tall, big kind of alpha male, full of test, whatever. There has to be that intensity can be too much, right? So you have to be like congruent with it, and you have to also be like you have to realize that you're coming across very intense. So you need to also have that chill vibe as well, because otherwise it kind of fucks it up, and you'll look the part and stuff like that, but straight off the bat, people will become a little bit like intimidated straight off the bat. So you have to. Like,
you'd be like, look, I was checking you out. You're kind of cute, but your maxilla's too recessed, and your orbitals are a little dark.
Yeah, Clavicle's funny, man. That kid is.
He's hilarious.
Yeah, he's hilarious, bro.
All right, Pops. USDT, and oh wait, is Keswick's your friend, right? I think I've seen you in some videos with him.
Yeah.
Okay. Well.
Yeah, a long time ago. Yeah.
We'll open that up one day.
Yeah.
He's an interesting guy.
I've known him since I was how long have I known him? Since I was a teenager.
Okay. Because
we've known each other.
Oh wow. That's crazy. I didn't know that. I definitely remember seeing you like in a travel video with him, and then now he does like full time. He's dating teacher or coach, right, or something. Is that what he does?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
So like I've known him since I was a teenager. And he was in same area of England does.
Oh, fuck.
And we got on very well. We had very similar views of the world.
Okay.
You know, this was around the time when, I guess, kind of pick up this before the red pill, but kind of pick up the red, you know, like the Rational Male had just come out. But it was more about, slightly before us was like Mystery Method and all of that kind of stuff, Neil Strauss.
Yeah.
But then there was like RSD, Real Social Dynamics. And so there was a lot of guys that were kind of talking about all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Right? It was like, okay, you know, how do you approach someone in the daytime, nighttime? How do you approach someone in the gym? How are you going to act? You know, and people had different styles. Some guys would come in and they would be completely non-direct. Some people were direct. Some people, you know, there's different times that work quite well. So yeah. And he was into that stuff as well. And we would go out. We would, you know, do our thing, and had very good success. And yeah, he's a real good mate of mine. I also am good friends with his brother. His brother's really into. He does a lot of the like futures, basically. He's long and short in the S&P or Nasdaq. He's into that style of just day trading, basically, Monday to Friday. So he's very successful. And yeah, like if anyone's wants to know like approach and pick up and dating and like not just that stuff, but also the mentality, the getting good shape. I made
looks
really
matter.
good shape
Looks
as well.
matter too, man. Like you and him are both handsome guys. You know what I mean? And like he goes to, I call it genetic dating, where you can go to like, because girls look up, especially in certain countries, whether it's Asia or Latin America. So if you're coming from like UK and you know you got light skin, light eyes, whatever it is, like you know, there's. That.
Well, we never had any issues back home.
Oh, great. Okay, good. So you guys did it there too.
Like,
okay, good.
So it wasn't like, you know, I think one of the common misconceptions, because I travel a lot.
Yeah.
Well, I think one of the common misconceptions is that, like, you know, passport bro type vibe. I never came across, for example, to Asia for like passport bro. I had success back in Europe. I never had any issues dating in Europe. So. Whereas, like, I do see a lot of the Americans when they came, especially when I was in Medellin, a lot of the Americans were coming down because they didn't have success back home, and so they weren't able. They were like, okay, so the pond is going to be easier across there, and then what they end up doing, they end up just paying for, you know, for their dating services.
Yeah, no, I've traveled, man. Yeah, I've met guys from all over the place. Yeah, I mean, look, understanding women is still understanding women. You know what I mean? Like. At the end of the day, you know, no matter where you are. Frank White, super chat. Merry Christmas, buddy. Where'd he go? Really appreciate that super chat, man. I'll show you guys my Christmas tree. It's not lit up yet, but let me see if I can. Hang on one sec. Can you see it? There it is. It's huge. It's fucking huge.
Nice, man. From there, it looks a little small, but. I'm sure it is big.
It's huge. It's about my height. It's almost 6 feet tall, and I'm gonna light it up this weekend. So we'll see. I'm gonna go soon.
What's your plans for Christmas?
I'm gonna be here. I got some elderly family coming in town to do like they're gonna do sightseeing and stuff like that. So I'll have few people around, and then you know. Have a lot of dates around there as well, and should be really interesting, man. Should be a fun time. I love Christmas. It's such a great time of year. So should be.
You got a kid, right?
No.
No. Oh, so it's just yourself, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Do you have any Christmas traditions that you like to do? First of all, do you celebrate on 24th or 25th?
25th.
Okay.
Yeah, and then Orthodox Christmas out here is like the 7th of January. A little bit different. So
That's
it's kind of like you get this long extension of Christmas all the way from, you know, around our time until the first week of January. Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Which is based off the Russian calendar, am I right in saying?
I don't know. So Some of you guys would know better. I don't know where that date comes from exactly.
The Julian calendar, which is the January 7th. Cool, man.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Is that news? So, yeah. Merry Christmas, everybody. This generation of females just need to grab her by the... Well, okay. What the fuck is that? Turk, chill, bro. Chill.
Yeah, that's funny, man.
Cool.
I think what Trump was trying to say was that fame can allow you a lot of...
So I'm going to put some levels on here.
A lot of the bullshit that you don't have to do. Yeah, the status and the fame. Yeah.
So you got the same kind of thing that we saw. I don't know if you talked about this while I was gone, but same kind of thing we saw a little bit on the ETH BTC ratio, where you got things that break out. Now this is no joke. Okay, I mean I'm just going to look left. I'm not doing anything complicated here TA wise. Okay, pups. So this is back in 2021, and I'm going to just draw. Obviously, you see this big W. It touched that support line, bounced up, touched the support line, came back, did a retest, and see you later, bye-bye, into the bear market. Can you guys see what I just drew? Is that kind of dark? Yeah. Okay. You see that? That's maybe a little too intense. Is it getting lighter? What's going on? What the fuck? So, yeah. So that's generally what happened, right? So if you come over here, what do you got? Well, you got two W's in a row, but I could draw it again. You got this W, bam, bam, and we're about to break and go higher. This is extraordinarily bullish. But if you come here, I drew where we have this kind of like big move out of here, okay? And it came back and did a retest. Very similar how we were talking about how ETH BTC could come back to that 0.0, was it 2.6? And do that full retest, right? So here too, if I know this is bullish, this is staring me in the face, I don't have to think about it, but I'm asking myself, do we have a bull run? Well, if we look at it from that point of view, as I just showed you guys back here, where you get this retest, well, I came here, I put the support line where it broke out of this inverse, came up, and that retest would be where? It would be right here. Bam. And you get that retest right there, and then that's what's expected if you look back and what we just showed you back here in 2021, which is exactly what it did there. It doesn't have to happen. I mean, obviously this could just fall away and we go into some crazy bull run for whatever reason, but I'm going to just assume this is what's going to happen. So that means for me, and I've talked about this before, this is the bull run. This is going to be the bull run right here, okay? The rest of it right here. That retest right there, okay? Anything else is pure speculation. I'm playing that right now, and that lines up for me with what we talked about before on this ETH BTC ratio. We talked. Which one are we looking at here? Of it coming. Did we draw it on here? Yeah. So this was a CL line. This was a breakout, and this falling, retesting to 0.026. Why? Because it did that. When we look left, it did that back here in 2021 as well. It came all the way back to do that retest. So I'm also looking at this very much the same. So this would be the point where it comes down. So it's not going to launch. It could launch from here. Look, I have to tell you that it's bullish, and it doesn't have to do that retest, but I think that's what's going to happen. And that's going to be BTC roaring back up to possibly all-time highs, which is my speculation, 130, to really fuck everybody up. And then hopefully ETH starts running hard. Okay, ETH should also touch down here and run hard. That's fingers crossed. That's what I'm hoping is this last phase going into the horse year, right? Which is February something, right? So that we have almost 2 months. It's going to happen quick. That's also why I think maybe this happens abruptly. All right, and this concerned me as well. If Richard Hart's plan is to take his ETH and rotate it in, I don't know how much time he has. Like, I don't know how fast this is going to happen, but I have a feeling, and I talked about this speculation back in October when I made that bearish video everyone hated, but everything came true, was that like they might not let indicators go off that the bull run's ending. They might not, things might come to a halt suddenly. They may surprise us with some kind of ending, right? So we have to be ready for that. So, how much time, if the idea is to rotate ETH bags in, Like, is there time for that? You know, or does Pulse Chain literally need to run while ETH is running to make it, if that makes sense, time-wise? But I don't know. I mean, for all I know, the bull run could go into March. In that case, we probably have plenty of time, right? It could go into spring. That's cycle-wise, it makes sense too. That's the first quarter of the year. November seasonality would be November to March being the most bullish, right? November to April, November to March. So could we go a little longer? Yeah, sure. In that case, we have some more time. But if we're going to run into the horse year, end of January, February, Q1, like, well, that's still March or so. Yeah, then that'll, we got to find out. But this is going to be a retest. And it only takes you technically, I mean, I can stretch this out maybe into February a little bit, but yeah, maybe all we have is January, February. And then maybe we get a hard shift, man. Maybe that's that horse year starting, and it maybe the horse year starts up abruptly, because it is the enemy year of Bitcoin, and I think there is something to that. I really do. I don't know. What do you think about some of this thesis going on here?
Yeah, I'm kind of. I mean, I've been very bearish, so like I'm kind of on that bearish wave.
Oh, so you think we don't even get that? You think we could possibly launch right out of there, this bull flag?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a bull flag. So I'm just going on the retest because we've done that before. But technically, we could rip from right here. So one of these. But if we get the second one, like I'm saying, which is my first case, we're going to get this last leg of this bull run here as this dips down to retest this breakout, okay? And it lines up with my HBTC thesis, and I think we should all be hoping that is what happens. But there's,
I honestly, like I said this the other day on Spaces. I was like, bro, I hope that I'm completely wrong. I honestly want to be completely wrong, because you know, like it's nice to be bullish, and it's better to be bullish. You know, it's more fun. You get more likes and clicks, you know, and people are more happy with you, you know. but yeah. Oh, by the way, I don't know if you saw the breaking news, but Daquan just got sentenced for 15 years in jail.
Where? What country? He's U.S., right?
I think
extradited?
U.S., yeah.
15 years.
I think he was extradited from Indonesia. Yeah. Yeah, 15 years, yeah. It's just come up on the Watch Guru.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his trial was... So I think Luna was actually pumping yesterday, right, in anticipation of the trial. Potentially that he was going to get off scot-free. But yeah, Terra Luna founder Daquan officially sentenced to 15 years in prison. Watcher Guru just posted that. Do you know he was hiding in Bali?
15 years. He was hiding in Bali?
Yeah, he was, yeah. I'm probably... I was around... I think I was around Bali at the time he got arrested. Yeah, 15 years in prison. Oh, this ticker's already launching on Sol. I'm going to have a look and see if there's any... see next screen now.
I mean, if you think about it, this is quite, in some ways, a weirdly technical looking chart. Was this like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves up? I mean, either way you look at it, I would almost count this as a double top looking thing. But people were really euphoric. I got in a fight with this channel called Crypto Tips, which is this guy who's a surfer and his girlfriend. They were super into Luna, and I was like, look, I don't think this is going to work out. And they were like, you're an idiot. You don't know anything. And, yeah. A lot of people a lot of people thought it would just keep going up forever. I mean, this is a crazy looking chart. Anyway, you cut it, it looks like, I mean, I don't know what.
Burj Khalifa.
Damn, fuck. It almost looks like the Hex chart.
Oh.
Almost. Well, we need to go look at some charts really quick.
That made me cry, bro.
So the thing is, there's no guarantee. Somebody wanted to look at the 6 month chart. Why do you want to look at the 6 month chart here? What are you looking for here on this?
Just looks like two big green candles the last 6 months.
Can you please do TA on 12-month time frame on BTC? I think that I don't think it's great looking, but what I'm telling you, that's why I think there's not that much left for the bull run. That's why I was saying that we're ending by January, February, which doesn't matter what the 12 month says. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever I'm saying could still play out. Wait, what? The 12 month? Oh yeah. Okay, come here. Yeah, so it's an ascending wedge, which is bearish. Okay, and I think that maybe that's when you get to the 2028, 29. I think that might be the big crash. Okay, that might be a big one where you do get down to, see, I have these targets down here. I have liquidity because this is an untested area between 6,000 and 3,000, 3,000 and 6,500. So maybe you do get some massive event there that gets us finally to 10K or 6K or some nasty number, right? But I think that'll be when we have like the full AI bubble, the full everything bubble. I mean, we could be there now. I'm not saying we're not. Like, I just want to tell you, I'm a bit of a degenerate lunatic over here. I have 15-year stakes in Hex, so like maybe I'm not to be trusted with these kind of things. This could be.
What do you think about this?
This could be the big crash, but I think maybe we get the Shemitah year and then we get the big crash. So this could continuously push up till 2028, 2029, and then we get the some real big capitulation event. And that's why I said I think BTC, this bear market we get in 2026, is going to be like more of a distribution to the downside. So we may not get as low as people think. Yeah, which is what I explained earlier in the video, and I still that's still kind of my first case here, my best case. We need to look at before it gets too late. Okay, Pulse, what's going on? All right,
we're breaking out. Give me some hopium, bro. Are we bottomed? Are we going up?
Yeah. Do we get something like this? Right?
Yeah.
Then we'd make this move up to challenge this, right? So we get this inverse head and shoulders right here. That could be a very likely thing that could happen, right? Something like that. So, you guys can see that, right?
Rackham chills out on his selling, yeah.
So that could be nice, right? If BTC makes a run, if ETH makes a tumble, if we get some kind of slip, which, like I said, could happen. Yeah, we could come down. Oops, we could obviously come down and kiss one of these lower targets. Now, here's the thing, man. Just because ETH is going to run or BTC is going to run, doesn't mean that Pulse Chain has to run. Like, does Richard Hart want to wait for the big printing, the QE, and the Shemitah year? Because in that year, everything's going to go up, right? Or is he aggressive enough that he wants to run in the last couple, or, who knows? Like I said, we could go to March or April for all I know. I'm just assuming lights out February-ish, some odd timing. Okay, but we could absolutely go to March, April. Like, so is Richard Hart ready to run us into January, February? And does he have a contingency plan for if we get an abrupt end in February, or God knows, even January? Who knows, right? Who knows how long we could run for? I do think we're going to move up, though. I do. I just don't know how long it's going to be.
The real question is season's greetings, that little postcard he put with the guy riding the I don't know what it was, but yeah, there's a lot of people who did a breakdown.
The evil, what was it, like an evil monkey or something on the back of the bear? Was it a bear?
Yeah.
Evil, yeah, something like that, right?
And then He doesn't give a damn about he doesn't give a damn about ETH season or altcoin season. He gives a damn about pulse chain season. That's the real question. I mean, like, I think ultimately the charts will perform based off of what Richard does, whether that's injection or whether that is bullish sentiment.
Yeah.
You know, his post, he needs to bull post the shit out of all of his products, which he hasn't done for a while. He did do a bullish post the other day, which is quite interesting. So I just think that, like, because it's such a low liquidity state chain, you know, him being ultra bullish will help. I think he has that influence. He has that ability to move it, and investor sentiment will change and follow if he does that.
Yeah, like somebody said, it's either rage pump or nothing. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, is there opportunities to build structure, or is it literally going to be? Are we going to like rage pump? If ETH moves, it's probably going to rage pump like crazy. And
well, I mean, he can use a lot of that tornado Ethereum. I don't necessarily think that he needs. Like, I'm sure he's going to keep 25 to 50% back for himself, but all of it's free.
I mean,
I think he'll be pissed off that he's sold below, you know, his average entry price.
So I mean, this is like technical. I mean, it's bullish in a way, but I think on a larger time frame, it almost looks like it's just retesting where it broke down from, and it could be rejected. So I would be ready for that. Same thing on Pulse. They're pretty much saying, oh, this is same thing on Pulse, right? Where I definitely see some issues on the smaller time frames where you've got this resistance up here, and it's come down, and we could come up and retest, but at the same time, unless the ecosystem just turns super bullish, right? A lot of it depends on that, but it's just, I mean, it's fine. It's not doing anything erratic or weird. Like I said, I can go back here. I already had my target from January of 0.000013. So when people say like no one thought we'd get down this low, bullshit. This date for this drawing is January 6th, okay, 2025, a year ago. I drew that we would touch 0.00013.
Oh.
And so, yeah, people were calling this. It's not a surprise to all of us. I'm not surprised we're down here. You know, I was anticipating that as a very strong possibility, obviously. Inc., 84 cents. I mean, looking good. It's building back up. We did get back into this channel, which is really good. Inc. gets bullish pretty quick. Same thing if Pulse or Pulse X reverse, then this will turn around as well. What was I charting earlier, and I was messing with it, and I was like, either way, it's at super resistance right now. It's the bottom of this purple box where it got rejected. It's building up. It also looks like a retest of where it broke down from, to be totally honest. Which isn't bad. It just is what it is. It would technically come down, possibly do a double bottom to test the market's integrity for said asset, right? So that's all that is saying. It's very technically correct to do that. Maybe it would come back down to 50 cents or 40 cents. But if the whole ecosystem goes bullish, this will pop up and start moving up. You know, we are in this falling wedge. Generally, it's going to get bullish at some point. I don't know when.
When? Say when.
Atropa.
Hopefully before Christmas, because I'm sure my conversation with my family members can be fun.
Yeah, that would be good, man. I mean, look, I'm feeling it too, man. It's really painful. I'm not gonna lie. So Atropa, yeah. I sketched this out October-ish, almost 2 months ago. We're chopping in exactly pretty much the range I did. We haven't fallen out of this purple box. We're showing strength. So once again, still looks strong, but is a servant of the ecosystem. But Atropa,
what's Maria doing nowadays?
I don't know. I had asked Steven too. He didn't seem to know what was going on, so I don't know. Somebody, Chad, what's going on with Maria 414? What are they up to? Can we get an interview with 414? That'd be nice, right?
Yeah. Be an interesting interview.
I think I reached out to Rackham to interview him, but he said maybe in the future, but I can't seem to pin him down for anything.
Yeah, Rackham, interesting character.
You know him? You met him?
No, I haven't met him. I just he says one thing, does another thing, right? So I'm quite distrusting of people like that, you know. So, but he's launching a launchpad. I don't know if you know about that.
Oh yeah, I'm
Coinwell.
supposed to talk to somebody about that. Something. He's launching a launch pad. Is that what you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Pump Tire's been down the last 24 hours.
Why?
So he's launching a basic. I don't know. People online have been talking about it.
Anybody know?
But,
Hockey Coyotes fan. What's he working on? Hockey Coyotes fan. What's Maria working on, buddy? Yo, once again, I want to thank Frank White, Wank Fright, for super chat. Really appreciate that, buddy.
Wank Fright. Nice.
Yeah, what's Maria working on, man? Any more 4-day Vision Quest streams from Maria? I don't know. Maybe Hockey Coyotes knows. And okay, so you don't know him. Okay. Oh yeah, in chat. Why is this? What did you say? Pump Tires down. Why is Pump Tires down? I thought everything was supposed to work. Flawless uptime. Like and subscribe, everybody. Smash the like button. You should subscribe to the channel if you like money, and go to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. I'm gonna check right now to make sure you guys are going. And follow over there. Oh, you guys are amazing. A bunch of you guys came over. Oh, is that the hockey fan?
Yeah, so
I see a hockey fan. That's some nice,
Coin Mafia, that's what he's launching.
nice photos. Oh, it's sick. Sup, Nick? Maria was live. Tropa looking good. Let's go look at the hexes really quick. Look, they're a slave to the ecosystem. You know, there's nothing. Look, you talked about somebody. Oh, that's what I wanted to talk about. The sack bag. So, Super Snake said, anyone really think that the ETH treasury is going to be deployed over the next 3 to 6 months? Wouldn't it just fuel the exit of most all hex OG bags? So, if we think that, if we believe there's a recession coming, and I do believe 2026 is going to have a recessionary period. I believe this, okay? And I think it's going to start either somewhere between February and April. Okay, so, and that'll lead us into QE. If you believe that's going to happen, would RH really pump the ecosystem into an oncoming recession? We're not even at sack price yet.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
Why I think he would. I mean, because he does like to be decorrelated with the rest of the market. Because he thinks that that's if a separate ecosystem. We saw this recently with BNB, but if a secret, and it could be for 3 months max.
Yeah.
Know, but you know, you tend to absorb a lot more liquidity when it becomes the sole focus, rather than the rest of the market's pumping, and then that's also pumping. Yeah. So we saw a separation with Hex when it basically Bitcoin dropped off from 65k and went down and retraced down to 30k. That's when Hex really took off and then ended up doing its all-time high in September. So there's part of me that thinks that. Right. Again, I'm just going off of what Hex did and how it was completely separate, you know. And a lot of people started saying the narrative, oh, we're decorrelated with the rest of the market, blah blah blah. I think also you're in a point where a lot of the community is done with Richard. So I think just for how do I say this in a nice manner, to keep the troops happy, you might need to move the prices up. Otherwise, if people are waiting around for the next cycle, I think they're done. I think that they will say that this is a complete scam.
So
because none of the core coins have performed.
So this is May 2027, okay? and let's say we're not going to go, we don't have time to have a rip-roaring move up, we can at least find a new place, right? Like, so for example, we could have a raging, here, I can go ahead and delete this. I just don't think this is going to happen. I think we're out of time. So let's say somewhere December here, we start moving up. And we come up. That's kind of already April. I shouldn't even have done that. But let's say we get something like, what's that, 2x sack, let's say, right? And then we have some drop, and then we have, we hit sack, we kind of bounce above, and then we do something like that, you know, and join, and, you know, so we have some range, but it's a higher range. I don't know if this is my best work, to be honest, but I should have dropped the time scale. I was like trying to crunch everything in too much.
No, that's fine. I think people understand the pattern.
We go up, we hit like a 2x sack or something like that, and then we end up collapsing back, 2 sack, and dipping maybe slightly, but whatever. We range under it, above it, we do some play, and then we move up, and then you also end up with maybe like a type of inverse head and shoulders. This is one of my worst drawings I've ever made, by the way. Whenever I put on the weekly chart, it always fucks me up. And then we meet the QE and the move up in 2027 to like real all-time highs. Like, is this a possibility? Yeah, maybe. This would be a pretty serious move up.
Because what's the alternative? The alternative is
this is too spread out, man.
Is that freaking thing goes off a cliff, right? From that bearish wedge, just you know. So
here, you mean down?
Yeah.
Look.
Oh man,
that's absolutely a possibility. It's absolutely a possibility.
Yeah,
you should
I
be
agree.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
You should absolutely be aware that this could happen right here. Let me put it on a date thing. Yeah, it'll be easier. Okay. Can I just not draw a little bit better scale here? Okay. So it would be like, put it in log chart, probably easier for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could absolutely get something like this. You know, I've already mentally prepared as that is a possibility.
Yeah, don't think RH cares much about keeping the troops happy. Yeah, but to be honest, like the ecosystem will have. I think the ecosystem would have failed, and I don't think it would be a viable blockchain long term.
I think that this could happen, and this would be bad, but it could happen. I do think. Did I lose the first drawing I had? I do think. I'll redraw the first one. I do think the one that needs to happen is the one I drew, where we go to 2-3x sack, and then we the bear market happens, but it happens at sack or something like that. Can I make this smaller? So let's get the time scales right. So that'd be July. Okay, so yeah. So what needs to happen is let's do this pretty quickly. Damn, it's already March. Fuck. Shit needs to happen fast.
Proof sack finishes 10th of Jan. Yep.
So 1, 2, 3. Maybe it's 1.5 sack. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm just kind of quickly sketching for you guys, right? And we have some crazy capitulation, come up, chop, go up, try to make maybe come up again into 2027. Could have something like that, right? Where we need to get up there, and then we kind of hold at like 0.8 sack, or we kind of bounce around that sack range, right? And we kind of hold this support above 0.00008. Okay, and we build like a new foundation here. Now we have strong structure to really pop up. Who knows what could happen though, man? I'm really just like screwing about, man.
So end of sack. I don't think Richard's announced it. Maybe I'm wrong here, but when does the coin actually come out?
He said February.
Feb comes out.
Which is technically the end and the start of the horse year, which I think could be the start of the bear market as well. It's a possibility. But I also said we could run into March or April because of seasonality, right? Because that's usually a strong time. We could go into, and sell in May, whatever, like a typical thing. Or earlier, because we need that bear market. So maybe we'd go into March or April is possible. But my kind of thing that I think what happens is we just get to February or end of January or maybe even February, something like there, and something happens, and that's it, lights out, because the horse starts and maybe they need to get the bear market going and a war, or who knows what they have planned. They already have this shit planned out for us, man.
And the Pruvex coming out February.
Yeah,
I would presume that cores would get quite a sell-off around
Really?
that time.
Why?
Rotation.
Into Pruvex, you mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So initially.
Okay.
And that could be in space of on launch day, hype event, people selling off their assets or maybe front running, preparing to try and take a few X's off of a new project launch. Rotate, ride it up, sell, and then rotation back or stable or whatever. Whatever they plan to do. But I think when we look at, for example, what happened with the pump tires launch, right, which was basically out of nowhere.
Dude,
same thing happened. All course got cheated.
You could absolutely base it out of here, Ink Maxi. Like, don't think that could not happen. That absolutely could happen, where you come out of here and you just like. I've seen that on charts. It could. I mean, I don't want that to happen. I'm just saying, like, it could. Look, there's not a ton of new.
I like when people say it can't get worse.
Dude, yeah, I know exactly.
It can.
You know how many times I heard that with the
the
Hex
meme
people?
I'm talking about.
Yeah, it can't get worse. Like, dude, trust me, it can get way worse. Okay, it can get way worse. Okay, it can drop another 99%. Okay, I'm telling you, that's absolutely possible. I'm not saying it will, man. I'm just saying you have to. I don't. I don't play this one-sided. I look at everything and I consider a lot of possibilities. When we get rugged, man, GG. I'm not saying you're not gonna get rugged. Look, I'm hoping for this. I'm hoping that he moves this with this move up. And like I said, this is speculation that we're gonna get bullish. The bear market could be in. You guys need to decide for yourself. I'm bullish. I think we're gonna go up again, as I've explained over the last couple hours. My general thesis. And I think that Richard Hart should move with this, and I think he could do something like this. Okay, we could absolutely get a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stellar move up with ETH, kind of like you have something back here. Very fast move up within a month or two, and then pop. Whatever happens, I don't know how high we get. Maybe we get 2x, 3x SAC. I don't know. And then pop, lights out, and then we have some consolidation range, hopefully around SAC or slightly above. That's like my what I think. If I was a market maker, that's what I would want to do, which would also lock people out for that accumulation phase that you'll get in 2026 of the really lows. Because what would be stupid for him is if it did base in, and then you're going to have a whole new set of assholes and whales to contend with. You don't want that. That's not good. Okay, you don't want this, though it is a possibility. I don't know what he has in mind, but that's not what you want. You want this. You do need a lockout move, and then you need to make sure it doesn't come back to my purple box right there. What's that purple box? That's like half of SAC and below. You don't want to be in this range. You got to get out of this purple box area. You really do. Being up here is good around SAC, and it gave us a lot of time to accumulate. If you have any money left, I don't think we're going to base in.
You don't even want to know my position.
Okay. Tell us what you.
Yeah, it was pretty good. I deployed some stables. I think the bomb. We'll see.
Okay, good, man. Yeah, I think we're in that range. Like I said, we went to 0.000015. My call from over a year ago was 0.000013. So if you're DCAing anywhere around there, I mean, I think you're good. You're golden.
Golden.
Yeah, I would think so.
You say that.
Yeah, it can always go lower.
Say that, though.
It can always go lower.
Have a look at the tweet I've just put in the chat. Just bring that up because this makes me laugh, bro.
Oh boy.
This tweet right here makes me laugh.
Did anyone else bookmark this? Hex will never trade below 1 cent.
It's not on screen.
I'm sorry.
Can always go lower.
Guys, it can always go lower. Your altcoin can go down. Keep going. So wait, what's Hex? Was that talking about EX or Hex on Pulse?
Yeah, no, he was talking about Hex. He was talking Hex on Pulse chain.
I didn't even look on PX yet. It's that dude. It's under. It's a third of a penny.
It's 2 zeros free, something.
It's, and, you know, I mean, what's it doing right now? It's stacking itself right here. Okay. Okay.
You're not showing the chart.
Oh fuck!
It's still on. Yeah,
sorry.
It's okay, bro.
Thanks, man. I said this before. Once we broke down below here, I said we're in free fall. We're not looking good. Okay. I don't know. Like I said, the ecosystem goes bullish, it'll reverse, but it's not looking good. Okay, and I said this before. I've said it.
Can you give me some hopium, bro?
So,
because if I'm buying that red candle,
well, you got this on the weekly, which is a dragonfly doji right here with this long wick, which is a great reversal. Unfortunately, you got this gravestone doji right next to it, so maybe we just range and chop in here for a sec. We really need to go bullish soon. Then it's our bottom. Then we bottom. If we don't go bullish soon, then this candle might win, you know, and we'll at least have to fill this wick then, double bottom. Okay, it doesn't mean we have to make new lows, but the market will go back and retest these lows again, right? I'm not crazy about it.
Dude, there's a guy that said there's no. I think Richard just pumps P-Hex. There isn't whales. There is whales, bro. There is whales.
There's whales. There's always whales.
There is whales.
There's always whales.
Yeah. Anyone who says that is like, nah, bro. There's always whales.
Richard and Maria Bukaki? What? We front run the downside all the time, but we haven't front ran a pump in a while. Maybe we front run again. Guys. The thing that's bullish, and like I said, I think we're gonna have a run up. Like I said, I don't know. Does he make the move with this last leg up, which I do think we're gonna get? And as I showed you on this pulse chart, I think he needs to take advantage of it. The problem is here, there's not that much time, and if he's waiting for ETH to go past 5K first and hit some number, I don't think he's got the time for that. Like, he's out of time, and unless the bull run just goes deep into 2026, I just doubt that. I don't know, man. I know there's speculation and nobody knows, right? But I don't think so. That's just my first case. Anything's possible. You guys know I'm open to change. But I feel like I've been on point lately.
So clearly he's sold some Ethereum. Lower than his end.
Did he?
Right. Yeah, that Tornado Cash ETH.
You don't know if he sold. You don't know if he sold though.
I mean, he deployed it into Pulse and PulseX recently, so technically, I mean,
is Panos is Panos? You I don't know. He's out there. Is he bullish on Hex? There's always a retest. Mondo, that's awesome. One day it will be different. You guys are terrible. You got blocked, bro.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He blocked me.
Why'd you get blocked? What'd you do?
I don't know why, bro. I don't know. I never know. Like, he was a wallet watching guy.
Okay.
So I was always interested in that. Like, there's guys that are out there like Crypto Solve, and then there's Martin Storyteller. So I like wallet watching and all that crap. But yeah, he just blocked me. I don't know why. Too much of a bear, baby. Said, you know, didn't drink the Kool-Aid. I didn't drink as much Kool-Aid, you know.
Yeah.
Kabul, maybe. That's another one I get a lot.
A what?
Part of the Kabul.
Kabul?
The Kabul. Yeah,
the Cabal. Cabal?
Yeah.
Kabul.
Cabal, yeah.
Cabal, okay.
Kabula, Kabbalah.
Cabal.
Yeah.
They told me. What's this guy been saying?
Oh, I don't even know. He's blocked me as well.
Really?
I'm on that list, man. He got a very old picture of me.
Yeah, I think he likes me because I never make these shit lists on the where.
I mean, I don't think I chose to be on that shit list. You know? He just chose to dox me So yeah.
Ooh. Bro, which one's you?
Next to Almighty. Very old picture.
That? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I was looking for the green. I was like, okay, that's old.
Mm-hmm.
Soda. I don't know what his calls have been. Man beat up his girlfriend.
I thought he had a free. I thought he had a free newsletter, but now it's a paid newsletter. I remember he was going on about it being like the free newsletter. I would never charge you for anything. And then, yeah.
That's cool. President Trump says he's considering ending federal taxes on gambling's winning. Yeah, I think the next run, 2027, 2028, the Shemitah year is going to be fucking insane, guys. It's going to be something insane. They're going to print so much money. It's going to be crazy. Oh, what? You know, Tam Tam was posting recently. I mean, she, you know, we always forget, like, he did win against the SEC, which is a big deal. Which is a big deal, man. You know. But no matter what, you still have to play your hand correctly, like, at this table, right? So even though he's got a lot of wind on his sails, he's got to make some right moves. He's got to make the right moves, right? Because the game's hard. The game's hard, much harder, like from a trading point of view, from everything point of view. Crypto, you know, you were saying the cycle's fucking crazy. Yeah, it's all crazy. Everything is crazy because we're reaching the end of a bigger cycle, which I believe is 2028, 2029, possibly 2030. But I think that's going to be the end of the bigger cycle. And so you're in this extraordinarily irrational, entering this very irrational period where things are going to get really nuts, which is why I also think the prices of these assets, Hex, Pulse Chain, are going to go much higher than people realize. I think I have no doubt that all this is going to run by 2027, 2028, because everything's going to run then. Just once again, the question is, does he have the game plan in mind to run it if we go bullish into January, February, whatever? What the fuck is this?
Your feed is very interesting, man.
When you told your wife you'd be rich in December and now she's asking to go on an Italian vacation. The face. This is literally the face, bro. Fuck. Richie, if you're out there.
That's funny,
it's
man.
go time. He's right now shaking his head. He probably hates me. Saying talking about rationality to a bunch of crypto degens. Love your broski. Oh, man. Everybody smash the like button. We haven't even gotten to 100 likes, and we got Money Gang on the show. You guys are embarrassing me, Money Gang, all of crypto, Richard Hart, Pulse Chain. Come on. Smash the like button, everybody.
You know what it is, man? I was on DCC the other day, and his viewers were low, super low. And it's what happens when price is just in the bin, you know, in the trash.
I think my engagement is higher than his. No, don't tell myself.
Oh, really?
I don't know. No, I don't know. No.
You better get doing a mindset course, man.
I reached out to him to. He sells mindset courses. What? Is that what he said?
No, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just the crypto mindset course.
Oh, interesting.
With Charlie Cole.
Oh, okay. I reached.
By the way, you guys, is America going to war with Venezuela yet? Like, when's that?
Yeah, they're gonna take that gas for sure. I think the plan was to destroy it. First they destroy a country and then they take it. So I think the game is almost complete. All these things are probably going to happen in 2026. Venezuelan will be taken. Maybe the escalation with Russia, whatever's going to wrap up there. And then they'll print and we'll go into a euphoric period of like whatever, because peace will be there. And it's not that peace is there. It's just they've killed all their enemies and it'll feel like peace. And we'll all be happy if we survive, if any of us make it to 2027. Alert Bitcoin.
I think we'll be all right, bro. I don't think we're gonna. You know, the humans have an incredible intuition for survival. They have the human will is interesting.
Dude, this guy was the human will is interesting, man. We got 15-year stakes, bro. All right. Yo, this guy is a pilot, and he was on mushrooms, and he tried to crash the plane. I gotta listen to this. What the fuck is going on?
Let's listen.
Hey! What's going on? Horizon, we need to make an emergency landing.
I'm sorry, who was that?
It's gotta be AI. It's bullshit.
That's Horizon 2059. We've got a jump seater. Just try to shut our engines off. We need to go direct to Portland now.
Throttle. Throttle.
Officer Adams?
Yeah.
Do you believe in forgiveness? I mean, I want to be accountable, but am I going to be forgiven for being so stupid?
Yeah, I think so.
There's a feeling of being trapped. Like, am I trapped in this airplane and now I'll never go home? There was always that feeling of not really being in the present moment, and I need to wake up, essentially wake up from this experience. This is not real. I need to wake up.
How many mushrooms did he take? They're not telling us. Sounds like a lot of mushrooms. The moment an Alaska Airlines pilot tried shutting off the engines with 84 people on board, he was tripping on mushrooms when he tried to crash the plane. What? This is fucking nuts. This is nuts. Okay, so
in their heads right now is what the hell's going on?
So Raul Paul is calling it a 5-year cycle. So he believes 2026 is going to be up. This is interesting. It is interesting. It would really throw a lot of people off. So I guess I have to put it out there as a possibility because it really would catch people off sides, right? In some ways. If
the 5-year cycle.
Yeah. Yeah. So, which you can call that a super cycle? Is that correct? Kind of.
I guess. I mean, this super cycle idea.
Is that possible?
I've heard it a lot.
Maybe it is possible. Guys, you know what I mean? Like
that's the hopium kicking in, bro.
Yeah, maybe we go into 2026 and there's plenty of time. We got plenty of time, and 2026 is going to be the year, just like the Benner cycle predicted too, right?
Sounds cool. But yeah.
That's, I mean, if Raul Paul is saying it, then it has to be true.
Oh yeah, he's been very accurate, Raul Paul. Right?
Yeah, like I said,
historically speaking,
he could be being paid by BlackRock to put out this narrative that 2026 is going to be up when they sure as hell know it won't be, right? Like, I don't know. I'm just saying, when I said earlier in the video, I'm like, I still got to do my own work with my charts and put out ideas myself, and if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. But I could never blindly trust this person. You know what I mean? But it certainly would catch a lot of people off sides. If, let's say, we did get bullish into this year and then we had to pull back, but then we stayed strong and we actually kept roaring into 2026. Yeah, it would definitely catch a lot of people off sides. It would certainly be interesting. And hey, I'm ready for it. I'm down for it. But there's a lot of issues too, like that USDT chart. I mean, once again, charts are just charts. I'm just putting a picture together, but everything can change. That could come down. Yeah, man, it's possible. Why not? Like what they would start printing in, like, I think, fuck, man. Yeah, I don't know if this is.
By the way, if you like those plane videos, I just sent you one. Did you ever see Bebo? The guy, Richard Russell, I think his name was. He hijacked a plane.
What?
Back in 2018.
No. Oh.
Sent a video. I think it should be in your inbox. Okay. On Twitter, I think. Hold
on. 40 billion in treasury bills is nothing, man. It's really nothing.
It's nothing.
It's nothing.
Like I see a lot of people getting hyped up about it. It's like a drop in the. They need way more than that.
It is not.
Can I tell you a little conspiracy I have?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think we haven't had alt season because too many people that would have put their money into altcoins put their money into OnlyFans.
I think it's very possible, dude. We had an altcoin season.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
We did.
Yeah.
We had Binance, we had Aster, we had Solana, we had a lot of AI projects. We had, hell, BTC has done 8 or 9x, right? Was it 8x?
Even Sonic made some moves, right?
Sonic, yeah. I mean, there absolutely was an altcoin season. Absolutely. I don't understand people like, oh, altcoin season didn't happen yet. Yeah, it did happen. Like, what are you, nuts? Solana did a 30x from the low. What was it? Aster went into the billions. Was it Aster within a month? That's bullish. It's all about being positioned correctly. Even in our ecosystem, right? Like, you have to be positioned correctly. You can't say it didn't happen because your coin didn't pump. Like, in our ecosystem, what pumped the most? Atropa and PDI and PTGC, right?
Mm-hmm.
Atropa, PDI, and PTGC. All right, and they pumped a lot. We absolutely, there absolutely was an altcoin season. Yeah, that's what I just said. Yeah, we had it too, man. Like, I won't listen to anyone who starts off with the there's no altcoins. That's bullshit. No, there was an altcoin season.
That's bullshit.
Yeah. Because you got to get your mind in the right place too to understand, like, oh, what did I miss and how can I not miss opportunities before? And we were one of the first channels talking nonstop about PDI here and Atropa, and those were two of the biggest runners on Pulse Chain, and those were probably my biggest videos that I was making since 2023, 2024, Atropa and PDI. And so, we were on point, man. We were on point right from the start. Yeah. I also was holding PTGC. There was a Finvesta ecosystem. That's right. That had some crazy runs too. They were doing crazy X's over there and some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, look.
Even X Game recently did. I think it was like a 20x, 25x.
Why'd you have to go there?
Oh, I'm just saying. It did. But pump tires as well.
Pump tires. Yeah.
Lots of stuff moved.
Yeah.
If you're in and out, you make money.
Yeah.
Right. So, I mean, Finvesta. I knew Finvesta was cooked when I went into the chat, and some dude's talking about how he's able to pay his daughter's college tuition. I was like, nah, fuck this, I'm selling that.
It's a bot.
Fuck this shit.
It's a bot,
Excuse
bro.
my language. I was like, bro, and if you're in that position, by the way, some boomers do this a lot.
Yeah.
If you're up big, just shut the fuck up and sell. Don't say nothing, because it ruins it. It actually kind of ruins it. When people get too euphoric, it's a cautionary tale for savvy investors.
No, it's fine, man. We want to hear your stories, man. I want to hear your bullishness.
Exit.
I need to hear it, man.
Exit.
Look, a solid X.
Cooked. Absolutely cooked.
Just keeps going lower.
Yeah, because I didn't think it was smart to rotate that into XCAM, I think like 1 million, 2 million that got rotated, or whatever the heck it was. And I had sold up the day before the game launched. I positioned myself quite well, but I think experience after being in, when there's an event coming up, I don't see the upside potential after the event or during the event, because I just knew that everyone's kind of like, oh, it's going to come out and blah blah blah, and everyone's going to be ultra bullish, and it's like, also buy the rumor, sell the news, right?
Yeah. I mean, usually that can play out. Sometimes it doesn't, but generally that's a good rule to follow. Because on the rumor, everyone who's going to buy has already bought. That's all it is. You just run out of buyers. That's all that happens.
Mm-hmm.
Look, overnight, he's selling a lot down here. Sad. What happened to Fire Whale overnight? Doormat, tell me. I don't know. What happened? I'm not always up to speed with all the drama. I'm usually buried in charts.
I don't know, man. He pulled lick on Solid X.
He did?
A lot of liquidity, yeah. He pulled a lot, so
really,
you take a huge amount of storage. Yeah. And it's just a shame. I don't like. you know, I know Tiago.
Like, you know him? You met him?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
We've had conversations before, and I do wonder the game plan, right?
Mhm.
Like I don't know if it's good to say you're going to inject X amount of dollars into a chart.
Mhm.
What is your expectation? You're going to get front run. So I'm wondering, like, what was the game plan, or what was really just like what was the thoughts as to you know, when the game comes out, what's going to happen afterwards. Also, it was quite obvious that there was a 5% sniper. You know, and we think we know who that is. It's not Giga.
Tell us what that is.
Giga.
People who don't understand what you just said.
Basically, on launch, so yeah. Basically, so when it got launched, there was someone who was very tactical.
Okay.
Okay. This and I don't want to get too conspiratorial, but I'll say my piece on it because I don't think I've ever spoken on this. But there was a guy that that had bought 5% on pump tires, basically, right? 5% supply
Okay.
on pump tires.
Okay.
So he put 80% in basically, and I think the rest was bought up. So that's that initial big ass candle, right? Launched, and then it retraced down. So that individual, surprisingly, should have sold at that top, but didn't sell a single dime. Kept 5% of the supply. And so, which is weird, right? When you look at it, you're up. I don't know how much. What, 1 billion tokens? 5% would be what, 5 mil? Is that right?
And you're saying they didn't sell anything here?
No, I'm saying on that initial.
Oh, this one.
See that initial wick?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So what would be the price of? It's 50 mil, right? 50 mil tokens, I think.
5% of a billion?
Billion. Yeah.
It's 50.
50 mil. So 50 mil times by, what was the price at that point? That local high?
1 cent.
1 cent, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like $500,000, almost $500,000. And maybe I'm getting my maths wrong. I don't know exactly the amount that he had, right? But you had $500,000 up there and you didn't sell a penny of it. Why didn't you sell a penny of it? Right? Like, didn't sell at all. And rode all of that, however long that was, 4-month accumulation. Right? Still held, and didn't start selling until it went again.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so, you know, that's not good, right? Like, you look at your distribution dynamics on a low-lit coin, you know, it's not good. So yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting that that person didn't do.
So where did that person sell finally?
On that pump above
this one.
Above that, I think took out $1 million out the chart.
So that could have been anybody. Could have been the market.
Yeah.
Could have been the market maker.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Right, but it had an adverse effect on the price of the chart. And you know, I don't know. There was after the, you know, I didn't really keep in touch with it that much. I kind of got burnt on Solid X a little bit. So I kept pretty low key on, you know, I think I shielded the post once when it was at like 2 mil market cap.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I've actually got it stamped. So anyone who had bought on, the only thing I'd shield was basically they got a gambling license, and I put a post up saying, "Oh, interesting. They've just got a casino license. You know, this might be a play." And then it went up to do, I think it was 50 mil, something like that, 55 mil. So, yeah, KR Panel Spaces has become the new Tangang Spaces. I disagree with that, man. And I'm going to be biased because I like him, but there's plenty of opportunities that KR's given a lot of people. Those guys, like, people will complain obviously when shit hits the fan, which it did with Physically X Game, but there was the opportunity to sell days and days and days leading up to that launch. people made money. Like you would have made a few X's off of that. So you are in this game for opportunity, and because they have some sort of clout, or they have some sort of like they're talking about new projects all the time. You know, they're definitely traders of different projects. You have to take the opportunities, right? When it comes to altcoins and meme coins, you never get overly attached to them. It's really just to accumulate and make wealth.
In all
for
fairness,
yourself,
this wasn't a traditional, like, you know, I mean, you didn't really have time to take profits here. It didn't retest. There's no structure here. There's nothing. It looks like a rug pull, like Luna.
Well,
so you didn't get anything like a normal like this breakout retest.
No.
Okay. This would be.
But you know why?
So
you know what
PTGC
why
did all
that
this
happened,
stuff.
right?
So no, I don't. I mean, so you'd come up, get a retest, rejection
because Axis sold, which then cascaded in everyone selling.
Okay.
So
well, isn't
the
that okay
co-founder-
if somebody wants to sell? What's the problem with that? Do you have most of the suppliers?
The history of the history of SolidX, right, as a token, was that they were basically co-founders, right, Axis and Randy Hilasky, and every pump that was happening on SolidX, they were selling, but they were given the tokens for free.
Because they were the founders of SolidX. Well, some of the founders. Okay.
Yeah, they were co-founders.
Okay.
Yeah, co-founders. So what had happened was when X Game launched, they basically rotated their SolidX into X Game.
Okay.
Right? So, and then they were arguing that they paid the price to buy the tokens, but technically they didn't. Right? They got the tokens for free for SolidX, and they've just switched and rotated from SolidX into X Game. And then on that day when the and I wasn't around, I wasn't around for the launch because it's launch day. I'm like, and I was out of the chart by then, so I didn't really I wanted to see what had happened, but I didn't want to be. It was early in the morning, my time, and it was I wasn't gonna be around for the launch. Basically, Axis had sold off his public wallet, and he sold a big clip with a lot of slippage, and then everyone's seen that wallet sell. And then it is cascaded.
Why did he do it with slippage? Doesn't Axis talk about using V3 or all these different ways to sell without?
Yeah.
Why did he do it like that?
Not sure. I don't know what. I think Axis had sold previously V3 with some of his SolidX back. But then Randy was more clipping, just clipping as and whenever there was a pump or whatever, his SolidX back. So Axis, I don't know. And there was a big falling out dispute because of what Axis did. And what had happened as well was some of the lick was pulled by Firewell, I think in anticipation to probably pump the chart on that day. And that big sell came off, and then there was more, what's it called? A price impact, basically, from the lack of liquidity.
Yeah, I remember there was a lot of
cascaded
mud flying back and forth, but I didn't understand, the full situation or who was doing what or whatever. You know what I mean? I didn't want to jump in and I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I was like, oh yeah. I can just see the chart and know.
Yeah, it was a game of musical chairs.
Yeah. I can.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not even going to say what I can derive from the chart, to be honest, because I don't want to start offending. But I can see everything. I see.
But I mean, same wolf, and I don't mean to be disrespectful here, but how can you do TA on coins with such low lick?
Well,
I really struggle to do TA off of.
I'm not doing TA on it. And I'm not at all going to trash it all. But I mean, I can see what. I'll say I'm not doing TA, but I can see what's happening. I'll say that. I can see events.
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think these things can, I don't think a lot of these coins can have such structure unless there's billions of dollars.
Exactly. When you stare at enough charts or doing construction, I can tell in the framing. I can know if shit's cantilevered correctly and whatever. And same thing, I can come over here and I can look at market cap and volume and liquidity, and I can see these moves and I can tell you tons of information about them. Is it one person? Is it a group of people? Is that genuine interest? Is that a market maker? Like, yeah, I mean, it's a story, you know, and
there's me down there.
That's what I mean.
Somewhere
I
down
wasn't
there.
like doing TA, but like, yeah, because it's tough on the alts. But like, it can absolutely see events unfolding. Like, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, okay. And I was actually about to go. I was about to start deciphering it, and then like Thiago came on, and he like gave me a big tip, and I was like, okay, cool. I didn't say, and I was like, you know, it's not fair. I'm not gonna like come out here and like say it. It's also like, it's a lot of alpha too, right? But
yeah,
I share.
So
I
I
share
see someone comment is
with the audience already, like a lot, you know.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Someone saying it's not a natural sell-off. It's a clear. I think it's just PvP, bro. Like technically, if you want to call it like an insider or whatever, has sold, and it's just a race to the bottom. Right, that's what it is. You know,
Yeah,
and when there's
eventually that's what it
panic,
turned
you
into.
know,
Yeah.
it just gets like that. You know, and unfortunately, like there isn't. You know, it's a fallen. I mean, there was a small green candle in there, I guess, on the daily, right, where it tried to make some sort of, you know, protection, and it just got cheated down. So, yeah, I unfortunately it was just a race to the bottom. And when panic happens, that's what you see. It looks like a complete like
yeah, it turned on
looks
panic,
like a run.
turned into panic pretty quick. Yeah.
What does that guy say? Whatever you're shilling, I will never be interested.
All right.
What's interesting though, I think, is that when it comes to shitcoins, people want the opportunity to make some exits quickly, right? So you have to take it like that. Like these things are tradable, just tradable. Like that's what you're gonna do. Like don't have the expectation that you're gonna hold on a massively long basis. Like even PTGC, bro. Like if you look at PTGC, how's it been performing versus Rat Pulse? I don't mean to shit talk PTGC because I really liked it, but when you see it versus Rat Pulse, that was getting bodied.
So yeah, this is
just put it. So do us a favor, can just go on the. Don't go on USD. Go versus Rat Pulse. Right, and then zoom out. Like for the last, how many months is that? From when did it top? You know, that's showing, to me, that's showing weakness versus Rat Pulse. It's a nice little pull back up, I guess. But
I mean, technically, this looks like it's about to fall away, right?
I was gonna say,
yeah, but anything's possible. But you know, it's technically not.
I'm not trying to FUD PTGC,
no, I'm not
by
trying
the
to
way,
FUD either.
which is the best performing chart on Pulse Chain, I think, right, in terms of the market cap it got up to, and you know, the narrative and whatever, probably that or PDI or you know, other stuff, but yeah, I mean, it's showing weakness versus Pulse.
I mean, it wants to come here. And once again, I was a big fan. You know, I saw it as a trade, but you know, and that's kind of where it wants to come.
It's incredible. I mean, look at the price performance on it. It's incredible. You would have made so many more units, and you would have done so well off of that, right? But things have its shine, and then sometimes things, you know, narratives change, and things move on, and things change.
So, yeah, like for example, it's gonna be a lot of fans here. So it's in this channel. It's hitting resistance, but like I said, the ecosystem gets bullish. You can definitely get a nice pump. You know, you might get like retrace. Like I don't need to run fibs or anything. I already know it's gonna be like 50% retrace. Maybe the golden pocket on this right here. So maybe up to here, and then it would fall. But also, if it doesn't get a lot of strength in the ecosystem pretty quick, it's going to fill out this purple box. This is going to be its range. And the bottom of the purple box is where I absolutely think it could, you know, slam into. And could even go lower because you've got, let me see how much structure we have down here. No, this is fine down here. I don't think we have to go that low, but definitely like somewhere like here, somewhere in this lower range. And it'll chop, you know, building up strength before it moves up again. Because it's already in the box. Otherwise, it'll break out and get a run. But either way, it's this is two big moves like this. It needs.
Don't agree with that comment. Someone just put. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah.
When Pulse pump, PTG will pump more. Well, I just showed you the Rat Pulse chart, guys. Like.
So yeah, supposedly
you know,
that's supposed to be the thing.
maybe, but
maybe. I don't know. It looks like it wants to consolidate. It's a pretty serious move, guys. You need some kind of basin. Okay, see even here that you got this basin. I guess you don't have to. I mean, see this? You need something. And you got two. Two, right? And if I flip it over, I mean, I think to me it looks even more clear. But yeah, maybe there is some liquidity tie, and if Pulse moves, this has to move. I never fully understood it, though I was able to like trade it, but I couldn't do like very clear TA because it would do like interesting moves and stuff like that. It was very bullish.
But again, it's it's a chart that, like all charts, there has to be whales that manipulate the price and move it to the place it needs to go.
Yeah. So many blasting millions of PDI. How do you know that, man? How do you guys know all this stuff?
Because of the wallets.
How do you know which ones are his? Why do you know which ones are his wallets?
Well, I think you start off. If I was to tell you you start off with the official wallets, then you look at like what wallets have been used or shilled, and then it's also kind of transactional action, whereby, for example, time and date of shills versus what's in the wallet.
Yeah, that could be
like, for example, if I came in with, like, say for example, Biden on Pulse Chain, right? Mm-hmm. And I was the first person to ever talk about Biden. Oh, look at Biden on Pulse Chain. He's got $1 million and he's buying this coin. Mm-hmm. And no one's heard of Biden on Pulse Chain, right? But it's like, oh, this wallet, and then this wallet has some niche coins that I may have talked about before. Okay, either that's someone who's close to me, who's a friend, or it's myself, So, I think that's where people suspect that he bought the top, because obviously the Trump on Pulse wallet was buying PDI near the top, basically. So,
got you.
Which was a wallet that he addressed that no one had talked about before, that had $1 mil, $3 mil, or a couple mil, I can't remember how much he put into the PDI chart, and had bought like Pokemon tokens that no one spoke about or shilled apart from Sommy.
Okay, got you. And those were so these wallet guys are like really investigating and putting all this shit together. Got you. Yeah,
but yeah, and also then you can see kind of transactions, like if you're good at the game, you can see also like sell times, so you can kind of categorize time zones of sells and buys, right? So, like, especially if you're in the Pacific location, if you're in Asia, right?
Specific, yeah.
You can kind of, if you're buying and selling during European time, or buying and selling during the East Coast time, like, when would you buy and sell? Okay, usually evenings, or, between, you can work out the time range. That there's 12-hour window that it's definitely not going to be then, right? So,
yeah.
Or to a degree. So you can kind of work out. And I knew a guy who was extremely good at like this, and what he would do, he knew this whale would be dumping at a certain period of time his hex, and he knew the time zone at which he would sell. So he would typically sell between, let's say, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. EST time. Mm-hmm. So what he would do is he would be able to front run the sell just before he was about to sell, and then and then buy back way lower, and then there would be he would notice that people would be buying back just after he was selling. Mm-hmm. So then he would sell before, buy cheaper, watch the buybacks come back in, and then sell again. So he's making like double bubble basically, where there's a relief rally and there's like people buying back the whale sell.
Yeah.
So he did that a few times and made quite a good amount of money.
Yeah,
like a meth.
That's like fair. Basically. That's fair game in crypto. I feel like a lot of people do that, right?
Yeah. It's impressive, actually.
But yeah, you got to be sharp. Yeah, you still got to be really good at it. Yeah, for sure.
until the whale clocks on to what you're doing, and then you get fucked.
Yeah, because there may be sometimes a couple sharks gang up on you or another big whale, and yeah, you're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Oh fuck. So see the PTGC. So you got this. See this? This is WBTC, and then you got this basin down here. So you got this move. You gonna have some basin down here. Then you're gonna have that move up, probably back up to here. I don't know what's gonna happen though. Like I said, I don't understand fully the liquidity webs, but look, the whole ecosystem needs to get bullish. None of this stuff's gonna move, is gonna do much unless Pulse does probably this first strong I did, which needs to come up, do a 2-3x, and then go into the bear market. If there is one in 2026, which now we could have a 5-year cycle, which could be possible, then we consolidate. Otherwise, if we're going into a 5-year...
It's the last coat. It's the last coat.
If we have a 5-year super cycle, then we're going to consolidate. We're going to make a bull flag, do something crazy, and we're going to continue up like that. It's just going to be like bam. Otherwise, we're going to come down and basin through 2026 and then make our way up, okay? And this would be fine with me. Either one would be fine. I mean, fuck, if 2026 is a bullish year, great. We just continue up, okay? I just think they have to, like, do some shit, and they use these little bear periods to do their all the shit they got to do, right? And prep us and bring rates down. How are we going to keep going up all-time high? They're going to bring rates down and then QE us. I don't know. Maybe this time's different. Right? But I would be cool with this first one. We come up, what's that, 1.5 sack, 2 sack, 2x sack something, and then we collapse, we base in around or just below sack or something, and then we get ready to go. Maybe it'll be like half sack right above where the support is. Yeah, there's a lot of support around that half sack.
Give me that pure hopium, St. Wolf.
5-year cycle, baby. 5-year cycle. We're just
100x
move this arrow
100x higher than the sack.
Right to there. Let's move it there.
Yeah, that's all. Just put a massive parabolic move.
Well, that's what would happen. That's like May 2026, and we just like pump into 2026, and we just go.
That'd be cool.
Otherwise, yeah.
Does ETH have to move in order for us to see that?
That's the thing, and that's the big debate, right? That we were talking about earlier, that if we're going in this Q1, there's not that much time because ETH is only going to move after BTC. I'm thinking, I don't know. We could get surprised, right?
If it even moves, bro.
If it even moves, that's a great point. Let's assume, what if it doesn't move? I was told in 2022 that ETH would be crushed and altcoins would be crushed, and everything has come true. And this is my mentor that taught me a lot of stuff about charting. And he's an old guy who's like connected and like he knows like stuff. And you guys have heard me since 2024 with that crazy theory. I was told this. I didn't know if it was come true, but he also said that BTC would top out at a much lower rate. So he's not perfect. He wasn't like, you know what I mean? He didn't get you know what I'm saying? Like, so no one, I don't remember what price he had, but it went much higher than what he said. And, but so far the alt thing kind of came true. A lot of alts were crushed, and like ETH has been really put in this range. But let me show you some bullish news for ETH, okay? This consolidation range that ETH is in is a similar one that gold has been in for a long time. A lot of people like this range is actually kind of a healthy range. It doesn't look like an asset that's dying. Even if we test some lows again, like let's say we came down to 1800, this is going to break out of here to the upside in a big way. Okay. And as a matter of fact, it's going to be really, why do I have a line there? Let me clear some of this shit up. What the fuck's going on? It's going to be really amazing when ETH breaks out of here. Okay. So I don't know when that's going to be, right? But it's going to come out and it's going to go boop straight up into the sky like that. Okay. And if you come over here and you see gold, you can see these ranges, man. Look at this range right here. Okay. July 2020 until what? 2023, 3 years, almost 4 years. Look at this range, right? What were people doing here? They were getting out of gold.
I mean, imagine if you go left, to that local top, right?
Whoa. What, this one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was that? What year was that?
Yeah, there's 2010, 2011.
2010. I mean, like 10 years of basically sit on your hands. going down, probably selling off.
Yeah, look how massive this is, right? But let's say you came up here and it hit 2,000 and then eventually came down to 1,600. You know, these are big moves for gold. And, you know, you're 3-4 years in this fucking range. And you're going to feel like there maybe there's somewhere else to go, even though this formed an inverse head and shoulders if you knew, you know, if you could spot it, right? And then look what happened. It broke out of here, right? So if we come... I can't open that many trading view charts or the whole thing crashes. And if we come back and you look here at this ETH, you know, and look at this basin before, very similar to that gold, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Can I just get rid of that? I don't need this right now.
Scarily similar.
Yeah, look at this. It came up, hit a high, basin, and then chopped, right? Look at this. ETH came up, hit that all-time high. Its first one at, what is that, $1,000? Yeah, to $1,300, $1,400, and serious basin down here. Came all the way down to $100. Came up, hit another high, and it's been chopping. Dude, it looks just like gold. And how long's it been chopping? If we come over here to, I don't know, this high right here, 2021 to this high, 4 years. Okay. Very similar to what gold did. Okay. And then what did gold do? Eventually, when it broke out, it just went, it's in maniac mode, bro. Look at that. That's gold. Okay.
Yeah,
what I'm saying to you guys is when this breaks out of here, I think it's going to look very similar to gold and even like gold on steroids. Okay. Yeah. Because this is still ETH, not gold. So maybe it's at 25K, 30K, 40K. Who knows? But so that's really bullish. Now, the thing is that going to happen here in December, January, February, or in this 5-year super cycle we're about to get, right? Or do we have to wait till 2027, right? Because it doesn't have to break out just because BTC goes to all-time high. You know, we don't know. I think ETH will make some move, but the thing is, I think the move has to be like this. I think if it's if it's kind of like a similar, what do you call that, a fractal, which it absolutely has similarities here. This ETH and gold, okay, absolutely similarities, okay. Then the move has to be the move. It's not going to come up, come back. I don't know. Like, this is the move, right? So, yeah, it could be 2026, man. Like, maybe it is. Maybe we get the big surprise, guys. I'm not throwing that out at all. I am not. I'm just, first of all, my first choice is always going to be just the one based on the technicals, which is kind of what we went over earlier about, you know, we got the USDT dominance pulling back, and we maybe get a few months here to run up before the horse year kicks in and the blah, 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 blah. But realistically, we could do this other one that defies technicals. And it's not even a matter of this time is different. It's just a matter of that's going to catch the most people off sides as well. Now, it does concern me that, you know, Raul Paul is talking about it. Now that 5-year idea is not really a offsides issue. It's kind of becoming what everyone's talking about now, right? So that's not necessarily good either. So it's not a contra play, you know, anymore. So, no. Yeah, that's kind of that's not necessarily.
No, I mean, and that's my worry is like, and everyone who says that contra play, they think that they're right because they believe that the contrarian play that they think they're right because they hear just everyone being bearish. But I think it's a 50-50 split. Actually, maybe more like a 60-70-30 split. Right? Because I think there's so many guys that are like, oh no, but you know, like everyone's talking bearish. It's definitely going to be 5-year cycle. You know, I mean, Somi talks about it all the time. He's constantly talking about the business cycle. You know, and lots of other mainstream crypto influencers that I've seen as well.
So, yeah, that absolutely could be coming. If you know, just looking at the ETH chart, because this looks like it's ready to go. But at the same time, this could also come back and retest this bottom of this trend, right? Before it comes up and launching at the end of the year or 2027, you know, or
can you show the 50
or it happens now,
the 200,
the 50 and the 200 here on ETH?
Yeah, on the weekly. Yeah, let's see. So like this was the interesting thing for me, because it's still above. I think it's still above the 50, right? Is that, or is that the blue, or just below?
It's below. It's below the 50, but above the 200.
I know. Right. Yeah. Yeah, I was keeping an eye.
I'm open to a lot of possibilities, man. And you know what? We had the high before the halving. Like I've said before earlier, we're in this irrational phase of this larger cycle. So a lot of crazy things can be possible that aren't possible in their earlier, and by the way, I think this bigger cycle started in about 2012. Is that about right? Does that sound about right? 2011? Coming out of the GFC. That's kind of what I'm counting. So it's like a long macro cycle. And I think crazy things could happen, man. So I'm open to a lot of bullish stuff. We go back to USDT dominance.
Oops.
There could be something, the catalyst that happens where this doesn't bounce here at support, it just completely falls away, and USDT never gets bullish. And what happens is risk assets, and that would be that 2025 theory of absolutely craziness happening in 2025. Also, it's midterms 2026, so
Gang bang on crypto. What do you mean money gang?
So listening to Evolve laughter because he can't track.
Is it bear because he can't
track RH's wallets?
I track in every single one, bro. Do you want to see them now? Bro, I got all 11 of his Tornado Cash wallets.
Can we do that? I don't know if I can make it tonight, only because I'm about done. We're at 3.5 hours. But dude, let's get together and do it, and let's go through them. Can we do it sometime? Let's get.
I don't know if I want. I mean,
okay.
like this.
If you don't want to, it's okay.
I'll be honest with you. I don't mind sharing the information privately, but
okay, got you.
I get to the point where when I get like guys like this, yeah. I'm like I don't need to prove nothing. I don't need to prove nothing to you. And why would I give you the information for free? Well, pay me, because like those kind of guys, I can see exactly what's going on chain. Me and the guys that I know have set up the best wallet watching groups on the chain. I don't think there's anyone that's got better wallet watching groups. I see everything that's going on. I mean, if you want to go check it out, go buy the Yoink token, which is like the Yoink token was made by I think it was Ali, and there's a bunch of stuff there, right? We got tracked stuff there. You can go see it. You have to own a certain amount of Yoink, and you can join that group. And there's some of the wallets that we watch, so you can see the performance of that. But yeah, I'm certainly will send it to you privately, St. Wolf. No problem. I can send it. So.
All right. We'll play something funny. I'll play
or just go
music.
Check out crypto stuff.
This is traffic in Russia. It's awesome. It's not Russia. This is like Florida. I don't know where this is.
It's definitely not Russia.
It is Russia.
Is it Russia?
It's the license places are like. Totally looks like it could be like Lakeland, Florida, or some fucking flat ass green place.
Where did Ali go? Jamie, he's become a full-time gamer now. Most of those guys have become gamers now. It's bear market mode.
Who's Ali?
So.
Messing around. So they're building these underground bunkers, preparing for the geo cooling event that's happening. We'll talk about that in another show. I want to end on something positive.
I'm out in New Zealand right now, right? And this is where all the billionaires are getting underground bunkers, man.
Are you? You're in New Zealand?
Over here.
Oh, that's great, man.
Yeah, I'm over in NZ, for Christmas.
Good for you, man. You got family there?
No, the family coming out, but we've got friends that live out here. I mean, there's a lot of connections, right? Like, obviously lots of Kiwis come across to London to work, at some point. So same with like Brits go over to New Zealand or Australia.
All right.
kind of.
I think you're in a good place, man, because we're preparing for war with Russia, apparently now.
I mean, I think that would be a very stupid idea for the European Union to do that shit.
This is great, man. Look at these narratives. Like this guy's like
The globalists, made up of what's left of the British Empire, the EU, and Larry Fink and BlackRock and the Rothschilds.
So we got this to look. This is 2026. It's this, and then it's literally this.
We haven't had alt season. Everyone's like, I can't believe they robbed us of alt season. It's never going to happen. There's too many
Sentiment is
tokens.
so
We can't
fucked
have
up,
nice
bro.
things
The
and all that.
globalists.
Here all day. It's not. It's just the economy.
This guy's predicting like
Because
the
what
ultimate
happens
alt
is
season in
when earnings-
2026. Fuck. I will. As soon as I decide for this, I'm gonna tell you the verdict on Instagram. So go to Mr. St. Wolf on Instagram. Sentiment is definitely all over the place, man. We're debating on whether 2026 is going to be full-on nuclear war with Russia, or we're about to get alt season of a lifetime. You know, I know which one I'd prefer.
Oh yeah, I heard about this pole flip. By the way, a lot of people told me
where
about
we get a
the
pole flip. All right.
Did you hear that?
Fuck.
No, I heard it's good over here to be, like stationed towards Asia and around that area. But
Okay.
I don't know.
We'll have to do a special on that. What the fuck is coming out of this toilet? I don't know what he's doing. Guess the bank. I don't know what's going on. All right. This is going to be everybody smash the like button. 2026 is going to be the year of the horse. Whatever that means to you. But we're going to make it. We're going to make it until 2027. And this is coming, for sure. You guys have seen this.
I find this video very passive aggressive. Just like point.
Oh my god. This is so fucking crazy, man. What is this shit? Tokenized stocks. Justin, SEC approves DTCC plan to tokenize stocks, bonds, and treasuries. So, I mean, look, I think we're at least going to get a run into Q1, and then let's see. Let's see if we're going to have a full 2026 crazy year. But I think the horse is going to kick in at some point, man. I really do. But I think the beginning could be good. So, I don't know. Let's wrap it up. Everybody smash the like button. You guys are absolutely amazing. Everybody out there is watching. You guys go follow Money Gang. He's definitely got to come back. You guys go bother him on Twitter. Tell him he needs to come back so we can get him back on the show to chat with us from New Zealand, where he is safe no matter what happens. I think I'm screwed where I am. I think I'm screwed. I think I'm in the middle.
Oh,
of it.
yeah.
I'm fucked either way.
It's still in CZ?
Yeah.
Czech Republic?
Yeah, I'm still in Czech.
Yeah.
I'll just die in a sea of beautiful women.
Yeah, it's not too bad, man. Like,
a lot of worse ways to go.
If everyone has to go to war, someone needs to fill in the void. Yeah.
Yeah. There's way worse
Someone
ways
needs
to go.
Yeah.
Way worse ways to go, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good stream, everybody.
Appreciate it, guys.
What do we do? Almost 4 hours. 3 hours, 40 minutes.
One quick.
Covered a lot of stuff. All right, Money Gang. See you around.
I'm gonna jump off.
Chat. See you
Appreciate
later. Yep. Come to the Telegram, pups. Night.